No, I like the first part. I don't like the second thing. You don't need any more. You have plenty.
I mean, I could just start like, going cumulative. Make it interesting.
Is there a card for that? Like GM loses all bennies or something?
Oh,
No.
that would be fantastic.
No.
Somebody should think of that.
If there was a card like that, I would impose some serious penalty. If not, just take it out.
Yeah, it's the card of Patrick removes it from the deck.
More or less.
Well,
Fair.
looks like all the cards I have for this time are kind of lame.
Well, so while
Simple one.
I have a card to play before we get started.
Oh, fancy. It's like heal all wounds.
No, it may be better in the long run, but I might as well play it now.
Mm.
It's on the sheet.
Where'd you drop it? Oh, you're on a different. I was on a different thing.
Yeah, he's on the cover page. I'm on the cover page too.
Yeah, I was just on the where we were. I forgot I moved the marker over.
So that seems like a good one to use.
Yeah. So we did that last time. Last session it was used. I believe we did it so you guys could choose an edge. Because the wording doesn't provide a really good one-to-one translation for the current system with the Rippers Resurrected. So you guys could choose an edge, which is still pretty powerful in retrospect. But I think it's fine.
I'm good with an edge. That seems in line with what's on the card.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody got any thoughts on what edge you want?
In the Rippers Chatter text channel, there's a pin for the Rippers Lodge sheet. It's the very bottom pin. And that includes all the edges that are currently an option.
Yeah, we took Faithful Following last time, Charles.
Yes.
Hey there, River. How you doing?
I got that in there.
We're doing some Savage
I'm in
Worlds.
the channel. Where is this pin?
If you look at the top, there's a pin icon. Looks like a safety pin or whatever.
I am full. What are you full of?
I just, if I click the right icon, it helps immensely.
IT stuff is weird like that.
Yeah. Didn't even have
the
to
last
turn it
half
off.
hour just trying to figure out how to write up a damn command.
What are you full of?
It's so on the on the right side of that sheet, there's an edges column. It's a whole bunch of columns for like a whole edges section. Those are the ones that you should be able to choose from. The ones that don't have a colored header. Hey, we got a Clayton.
Delicious food. Oh, J-Bean.
You're good.
You saw Faithful Following once per session.
How goes it?
Gives us a chance to call 2 Ripper Extras to eat us.
Actually, that saved our bacon last time, if I remember correctly.
The cannon came in at the end.
I think they're going to be coming back again pretty soon.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. We don't have a chapel, so I'm going to lobby for that one if we can get that edge.
Chapel.
Nick, I don't know if you still had a tab open this whole time, but you're still logged into Roll20, so he already allocated you cards. But let me know if they're not actually there.
Find out in a second. Looks like it.
Cool.
Let's see.
Oh, anybody good on a chapel? Yay, no, like it, don't like it?
JK. Yes, excitement.
Okay, cool, then I'm going to use a card for that, Patrick.
I'm excited for you too, Misty.
Ooh.
Ooh. Alright. Hey, how you doing, Voodoo Kitty?
Rank 5 with Benefactor, Mysterious Location, Faithful Following, and Chapel.
Oh, we got a room now. Nice.
Why does this keep happening to me?
Are we leveled up at all?
No. No advancements yet.
No advance.
We got a Clayton.
Nice setup, back there.
Wee woo.
This is the new house. And my new office.
I was about to say, just that room?
Just this room is my new house.
The wife and kids are like tucked in some corner. they're in the closet in the back. Stay quiet, damn you!
It's the Zoom cone where everything is just out of the line of sight.
Yeah. They're under
お前はもう死んでいる。何
Oh,
Marina.
Been going all
You
right?
can just say it, please. Marina.
Yeah, it's been fun. I got
That's a
one
lot of
more
damage.
tomorrow after I work for 3 hours in the morning tomorrow morning.
yeah.
For your awareness as well, I'm
That's
sure you're
shaping.
in the chat, but Dan started streaming the game, so FYI, and all that jazz.
How dare he?
Um,
Unbelievable. That's tough.
it's completely not believable for Dan to do that, but the Bulge, though, he started his own Twitch channel. The Bulge
That's
started the Twitch
true.
channel and he's streaming.
Which channel?
Yeah.
Hashtag at the bulge, huh? Okay.
I feel like that Dan has been redeeming a lot of push-ups and hasn't been doing them.
I'm doing them right now.
I got you, chat. Don't worry, I got you.
Are you actually watching his stream, too?
It pops up on his screen. That's what he's got shared on his video.
They want to
Comes up
clap
with a
you.
green text. It'll say somebody has redeemed a push-up.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, the clap. That's the wrong way to say whatever that push-up is. I should reference it as the clap.
Oh, the clap on the stream. That's probably
I mean, FYI, don't do that.
20% of the way to demonetization there, I think. You're going to get kicked off.
What happened?
Nothing
Okay,
happened.
you got your 7-second FCC delay on this, right?
I don't need this part. Oh, now he's got barks. He's got 2 barks.
Oh no.
Barks me. Okay.
So that's wolf in the chat, I guess.
Does he? Is that it? Okay. Is anybody trading cards before we actually kick things off?
What do you have for cards?
Let's see. I got one I really need. I have another enemy card. Apparently that one comes up for me all the time. And then spill the beans. So for whatever reason you want to interrogate one of these mindless monsters, you can do it easily.
Do you want to trade me for something that will make your punches punch twice as hard?
I will happily give you the enemy card for that. Yeah. Or the spill the beans if that's the one you want.
I'll take the spill the beans.
Okay. That works. Ah.
So many cards.
Just right click and take.
Yeah, I know.
Pick up your card.
A backstab card. I don't think I'm going to lose.
That's the deadly blow card. That's the damages rolled.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
Did I pick up somebody else's card by accident?
I don't know.
Yeah, that was mine. I was saying I don't know what that means. So.
Oh, yes, can me.
If you can explain.
We haven't really focused on in the original rules when these cards were created. Strategic missions were a specific type of missions of like, rather than like like strategic missions for certain goals and like social missions and like combat missions and stuff like that. So like they try to divide like RP stuff into like certain mission categories in order to provide focus, I guess. We've just done stuff, and I've never really specifically thought about them as specific mission types.
It was at this moment that he knew.
So if you want a new card, I'll just give you one. I kind of just don't feel like working with it because it doesn't map to how we play.
Yeah, could we also just skip the strategic part and she gets to treat that as a joker in one of initiative?
Yeah, I'll agree to that too. Like if you just want to use,
that's what
when you want to use it counts as Joker, basically.
Yep, that's all it really does, right?
Yeah. Well, the only time it's really going to apply in that sense is during combat.
Yes. I'm bad at that. Does anybody else like want that option?
Loki.
Like, I rarely ever feel like
You're such an idiot!
would use, like, oh, I could...
Your entrance was good, his was
I have
better.
Joker, I go anytime.
You know, the Joker also lets you get like a +2 to your attributes and stuff as well.
Oh, I always forget that, too.
Yeah, that's definitely a beneficial card for all of us.
Yeah, it's just in that regard, it's only going to be usable in combat, which is fine. It's just a decision for you guys. You can either say like, I'd rather get something else, or just use it for combat. I'll let you use it to do either.
That's fine. The other one I have are reinforcements, which I think most people know what that is. And mechanical malfunction. That one sounds fun. I might get to use that.
Performance is fierce.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds like most everybody's good.
Yeah, good dog.
There's another one.
Okay. I just finished my Manhattan. I should make another, but I will delay. Okay, so last time on Rippers, the team had found their way to Norway and ended up giving directions to this weird tavern where a lot of shady people were exchanging information, meeting and drinking and doing all that fun and lovely stuff. They met with this sort of crystalline beast, or not beast, but person. Her hair was like forms of these like jade-like crystals almost. And after she got super drunk on a number of bottles of questionable liquids, she revealed that the goal you're looking for is to the west, in the town of Hakali, which Anthony recognized immediately as his hometown. The group went further west, with Anthony taking the lead and guiding the way to his hometown, and eventually they were able to encounter where you grew up. And as they got closer, the entire land started to darken and seem to not like actively decay, but like it almost seemed like to be in a perpetual state of like fall, where stuff was already just in that sort of like fall sense, and it was already dying to some degree. As they got closer, they noticed that all the buildings from afar that all the buildings were either burning to cinders or just decaying due to age. And once they got further into town, they encountered a number of zombie-type creatures. Fought them a bunch, killed a whole lot of them. I started to count them on the side, actually, and it was 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 25 dead so far, as that they killed after Anthony encountered what he believed to be his parents. Then he eventually saw through the ruse and saw that they were just zombies, and the whole team went on a killing spree until they started to hear screams of horrible mutilation and like 1,000 different bodies screaming in pain. Until they eventually looked into the center of town to the north and saw this amalgamation of an abomination walking and taking steps towards them, as bits of zombies were like latching onto it and like forming into this huge cacophony of flesh and blood and screaming terror. It eventually got down to the lot of you, and that's where we left off. It kind of got to the point where half the party is saying, we need to go now, this thing's going to kill us, and the other half is like, no, we can do it, or something. And we took pause there as we dived back in. The entire last session was basically combat. Not a great first session for streaming, but that's what it is. Clayton was positioned outside of town because we weren't sure when, in real life terms, you're going to be back. But you're going to spend a number of rounds sort of running back into the town if you want to. Clayton's been making shots from the outside of town to try to, because this thing's like as big as some of the buildings. It's much bigger. It's like a large gargantuan-sized creature in 5e turns. As he's been able to sort of spot it over the decaying buildings, and wasn't really inhibited by the weird sound issues going on in the town here. But you can choose how fast you want to proceed, and we'll work with it from there. But with all that said, we're basically still in rounds. As Anthony and Carl are the two that are currently closest to it. It's, I think, the last round of it being puppeted by Isabella, and I think also the last round of her summon ally there. So, without further ado,
did I still have something? Was either like a confusion or I can't remember if that was still in effect or not. Deflection.
You still have deflection up on yourself, Arabella, Carl, and Anthony. Yeah. And just not Isabella. Isabella was out of range, but the other 4 of you do have deflection up. Surely, before we end it as well, the parents. Anthony didn't think has seen this yet, but the parents of Anthony sort of stumbled out in zombie form and are sort of coming to aid. Going into rounds, though, it's Isabella at the top.
She didn't save anything. So I have no idea, like, what I have left as far as PowerPoints and such. I know I was low on them, but, like, my sheet, it didn't save anything. I don't know if it saves things on your end or not.
Am I the only one here in Echo?
Yeah, I think it's coming. I was about to message Charles. I think you got feedback. Thank you.
Somebody have a Twitch stream up while they're...
No, I think he's just a laptop scenario. Speaker's new mic. Okay, so PowerPoints. You've been using like your manual sheet, so I don't know what you were at.
It's the same sheet. For this, I used the sheet that you uploaded on 20.
Okay.
So.
Because all our PowerPoints remain where they were when we left the last session, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm getting low, by the way, just saying, so everybody knows.
Yeah, you still have the 2 in the parasol.
You were super secret quiet, but I can see the list.
Like, if you have more than what's on the sheet now, or if you're assuming that you weren't at 0,
so I saw you there.
I have no answer for you because I have been micromanaging and tracking your PowerPoints.
Oh. We summoned you. We were talking about you the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, I
gave it away.
It's just, I thought it usually saved them between sessions.
It should be, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's at 0,
we had a summoning circle, a little seance for like flan.
Crappy scenario to be in, but that's kind of the best I got.
Maybe thinking of it wrong. Yeah, let's just go with I have 0 PowerPoints right now.
And you can see about a good like 6 paces 30 feet in front of you is a whole number of like arms is like reaching around the side of the building trying to get towards Carl. That inhumane screaming is just coming from there as well.
Right, we're fine, guys. It's gonna be fine.
It's just a flesh wound.
Yeah.
Oh my...
It's just a giant blob of undead that wants to kill us.
This thing only has 1 round left.
Yes, you have a Joker as well at this point, so you can delay and you'd still get like the +2s and stuff. It's up to you.
What's the little tower icon again?
That's the deflection that Sterling cast.
Yeah, if no one else has any answers for the riddle, let's go ahead and answer, although I think everybody kind of forgot. But
Wait,
Isabel
isn't
thinking.
the pluses too on the Joker?
it is carrot. So you were right.
I'm not sure, so I'm just going to say yes
Scared.
for now. And I'm going to take another look at later.
Well, can I just send him on my last turn or on his last turn to go attack the thing?
You didn't think you were right? Oh, hey, you were right. River, can you add some points to J Bean for me? What's up, Tim? How you doing? How you been? Welcome back. We're playing. Oh, it's going good, man. How you doing?
Okay, so yeah,
How was your
the
Friday?
Spectral wolf creature just sort of like bobs and weaves between the two zombies that are wielding a firearm and a sword now, and lunges at the amalgamation of zombie flesh parts. But it's just it gets one of the arms, but it doesn't even seem it's one that was already like almost about to fly off anyway, not enough to really get any core damage in.
That includes the +2s?
So.
Yeah, because it would be against their parry.
Ooh. Thank you, River. Thank you. Yeah, Tim, so we're playing some Savage Worlds. We're in this giant boss fight with this large amalgamation of undead rolling around, walking around. I don't really know what it's doing. But it's trying to kill us. This is my character right up top here, Anthony Redgrave.
As you see, the whole huge, massive forest just this wolf creature.
Stabby, you have more questions?
As it was on its last turn, sort of lunged at it. It got one of the arms, but then like 4 of the arms came around its like bluish pale body and sort of just rips it apart as it fades away into like into smoke and just
Tim, you're the only one who's gotten it. Yes, you're the only one.
That was mostly flavor text because it was going away.
Hey, River, can you give Tim like 2,000 points? Because he's literally the only person who's gotten it thus far. I always ask to see if anybody will know.
Attack this guy hand to hand and bite.
He's the only one thus far. Yeah. So my character is basically
let me try to cast one
from DMC. He's got a 2-handed sword. He's got angel and demon-like powers, and hopefully nobody in the stream hears this, or none of the other players hear this, because no one knows that except for myself. So
I don't know what the Utsu.
Probably nobody hears that.
Yeah, it sounds like a.
Because that's a secret.
I don't know.
I probably shouldn't have said it.
I think it's
too late now.
Nick.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it's my 3D printer. I'm sorry.
I have 2 pistols, ebony and ivory, of course.
It's like a very low key your way of going.
It wasn't even what I planned on doing with the character originally. It just kind of ended up turning into that.
I'm printing Google Home ceiling mounts.
Oh, nice.
They're like recessed. Cool.
Now the world does know.
Cool.
So.
Okay, I'm gonna. What's my range here? The range is smarts.
Mm-hmm. Which is pretty good for you.
My smarts is at
10.
Come on, where is it? Is it 10? Okay.
Yep. So you can go like 10 paces.
Has anybody in chat played Savage Worlds, or know about Savage Worlds, or has questions about Savage Worlds?
Take a chance and cast Confusion straight at that target.
Okay.
And it's a it needs a smarts roll.
Do your spellcasting because or your weird science or your arcane first.
Yeah,
because if you get a raise, it changes it.
Yeah, it's
okay. Well, so 3. Are you keeping that or are you paying?
Tim, so
if I
guess you could say it's kind of like.
You need to use the PowerPoint.
It's
right?
kind of like D20 Modern, so we are playing. Well, I wouldn't say Modern because it's not here in like today
you
time.
You would still use
right?
the PowerPoint
but,
and the spell would go off.
Yeah.
If you Benny,
so, but we're using the actual world.
Like
so we were just
confusion spell
in Constantinople.
There's a Benny.
We kind of went through a little bit of Europe. stuff like that. So we are using the actual map, but obviously it's way farther back in time, right?
Did it? Oh, you
I
got
forget
three.
what exactly
Literally the same
year it
exact thing.
is. But yeah, we are using an actual world map and everything.
Yeah.
And so it's a little bit different. It rolls on like these D4 dice, D10 dice, so it doesn't
8.
have like a D20. You can also like
Oh,
critical
you did a second one. Okay. So that
a
gives you
dice, and then it
raise.
rolls another dice.
-2.
So it's a little different. It's pretty fun though. It's pretty
let's see,
straightforward.
Smart roll -2 with a raise on the spellcasting skill roll.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
use a
So this arc right now that we're doing is very story centric on my character, which kind of ended up tying into the overall story because I just joined the campaign
24.
recently.
Feels like it.
But let me see.
A million bazillions.
All of the bennies.
Just so you guys can see it a little bit better. This is my character right here. He's pretty young.
The next turn. Okay. So you cast a server and a number of the heads as they're sort of just like conjoined and this like fiery mesh of like them forming together, almost like coal pressing together and becoming it into one almost. They sort of like slack eventually as the spell sort of washes over them, and they sort of like biting each other, like it's clawing at its own arms with the confusion being.
So the spell hit.
Yep.
So for everybody else coming
I'll do
in
this
behind
maybe
me,
one.
our target is now distracted and vulnerable.
Yes, and those are very useful.
So use that to whatever advantage you can.
Okay, so.
And I'm not gonna move. I'm just gonna stay right there for now.
Okay, Anthony is up.
Anthony, his question. What exactly year are we in? For chat wants to know. What?
Oh, chat was the year is 1892. Yeah.
Hopefully you heard that.
1892.
Late 19th century.
Distracted and vulnerable as well. Character suffers -2 at all trait rolls, and attacks and actions against target made at a +2. But it doesn't stack with the drop. So.
So Anthony would like to attack with his Greatsword.
Yeah.
Will attack twice. He will Benny that. Yeah. So guys, Bennying is basically a re-rolling roll. So yeah, we're gonna do that.
And
that was painful.
Attacking 2 is the -2 for the multi-action as well.
Okay. Yep.
Oh boy.
Not great.
Not
Good.
great.
All right. Well, let's just roll the second one. Not great either. Well, did it. We did a whole lot of nothing.
Okay, so Anthony comes in with the Greatsword.
Thus is D&D.
With a horizontal and then like an upwards vertical, and takes a couple of like ends of hands off, but like the cinder underneath the skin starts to like just emerge and reform the hands.
Swing and a miss, guys. Swing and a miss.
The disembodied parts fly into the air, flip a couple times, and just like break into
I just do an accent for my character.
Anything else or movement really?
No. Hey, Anthony would like to stay here.
Okay, Anthony stays there. As the abomination turns towards Anthony, and a whole series of like hands just lunges out at him as multiple attacks are coming towards him.
Oh. Not the bulge.
They're going after the bulge. Multiple being 2. Wow, that's gonna hit. What's that? Can you see those? Yeah, you can. Okay.
I can. Yeah.
I don't have them private. That's fine. 21's gonna definitely land. I don't think the 8 lands though, does it?
It does not, though. But yeah,
especially with deflection.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
Wait, I'm fucking bad. Pause on those two because those were just straight damage rolls, and I didn't actually do fighting rolls. So fighting, the first one's still fucking aces.
Oh my god, what is this?
Your mistake. You keep the 21. Not an extraordinary result of this thing.
The fighting with the proper rolls, the number of hands lunges at Anthony, and with a 29, they all just connect. Like some grab onto his greatsword as he's holding it, others like grab onto his hair. He's literally being pulled into this mob of flesh and arms that are like lifting him up on the ground from the ground as they start to like grab onto him, and he takes a bunch of damage, which we'll get to in a second, but. Through the attack, they have grappled him and have him like held up partially in the air, with the 21 damage dealing. What's your toughness?
I have to apologize. I have to do an accent. Please, no one be offended. So my toughness is 11.
Okay. 11. Okay. Be glad we're playing wound caps. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Are you soaking? Is what I should ask. You can spend pennies to soak damage.
Answer is yes. Your answer is
yes. Yeah, no.
GM ask, are you soaking this?
I'm so gonna soak this damage. Oh my god, I'm gonna soak in bath salts. It's gonna be great.
When someone asks if you're soaking the damage, you say yes.
Okay, roll a vigor. That does not successfully soak. You can spend another penny on that to reroll the vigor.
How many bennies do you have left?
I have like no bennies left. It's so great.
Okay, you successfully soaked one wound from a 21 from 11. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Should we pour something red on top of your grave so that you can be Anthony Redgrave? fulfill your name.
You know, I've totally put my character could die in the name of this stream, but I was kidding. I'm so glad I was right.
Yeah, given the way this combat's going, we're going to be pouring blood at the top of his grave. I'm not doing it.
So the hands lunge out and grab at Anthony and start like just pulling him closer, and they start just grasping and clenching and like squeezing him, dealing a massive amount of damage. Carl can see splits in his side start to form with blood spewing out just from the sheer pressure being applied in different directions across his body as he gets staggered and takes one wound because of the soaking. That's it. And Anthony is still grappled at this point, as it has him, a number of the arms have him like held up in the air and are giving him a big old hug. Carl, what would Carl like to do as his comrade was just pulled up into the air and is being hugged to death?
Do I need to roll my thing right now or later?
Roll which thing?
Because I took a wound.
I think it's on your turn. Is it? What's the text say?
Immediately after suffering a wound.
Yep, do it now. Or shaken, so twice.
Let's roll.
Okay, that one's fine. And the second one? Because you got shaken and a wound. So, and it's an ore. Okay, so that one succeeds too. So you're fine. Carl can see this like sort of like dark energy seem to sort of like it's driving inwards towards Anthony. But
oh my
sort
god,
of, like,
guys! See, I'm fine. Okay, like it's totally fine. There's nothing going on. Like I may have just been grabbed and like totally stabbed a couple times, but it's fine. Like I'm fine. It's good. Like I'm just gonna go to the spa later, and it's gonna be great. Okay.
Charles, you muted on Discord.
The mute. All of them.
Yeah, mute. Yeah.
It's okay.
The feedback on the mic is. So
that's fair. We appreciate it.
Of St. George. First, we're gonna get some reinforcements. Hopefully, the angelic holy sort here. I think that's the right card. Nope, that's the wrong
That's
card.
the enemy one. I was like, that doesn't sound right. Okay, you can grab that back.
No. I grabbed the wrong one. What I wanted was that one.
Oh yeah, River, thank you for the redeem. It was very timely and super funny, so like good job.
Is it? It looks like
yeah.
Your table's lagging.
The accent redeem? I know. Like it's so good. As long as you guys give me ones that like I'm good at, like or even not so good at, and that's fine because I'm gonna try anyway. And you know,
I'll do them
that's
at
all
the
it's
bottom.
about. You gotta try, okay? You gotta put in that effort.
Add and then move up to bottom. So,
I'm so good at this one. I know.
Look at them at the end.
This is so much fun.
So
and Tim's just like, what am I even watching right now?
Okay.
I thought smite up. I'm gonna just.
I can't even.
Tear Anthony apart if I don't. So.
Yeah. Yeah, smite up. From.
The creature's still confused?
Yes, he is still vulnerable and confused. Vulnerable and distracted.
Alright, so the smite will add a +2, and if the vulnerable and distracted is -2, that's going to be a net roll on these.
I don't know. You get the message, right?
Okay, so that's a 10 on the first attack, and the second one is going to be an 8. Both in melee.
Okay, so Carl comes up with the first strike, landing firmly on the center mass. The second one is a little bit more to the side, but connects with one of the faces that sort of has a rippling effect across the entire mass. So they both connect.
Okay. And I will double that to 14.
Tim, too early. We haven't killed it yet.
Yeah, because the first didn't ace. Okay. Yeah. 14.
Yeah, I don't think
Stabby.
Yeah.
No. So my camera started working.
So
I don't know what happened. I don't know why it didn't work yesterday. Like it just died, and then today it was like, I live again.
Apply to that, so that's fine.
Oh, someone connected a hit. Yeah, true.
Against this toughness. So.
Yeah, it's working.
Okay.
I probably should have said it wasn't because now I feel like
not going to overcome toughness. So the second one, you hit and you turn like one of the hands turns to ash.
Oh god,
why? We coalesces back a couple inches away from where you hit. The first one though, as you connect right into the center mass, which is like sort of undulating with this like burning, decaying coal like center fire.
Oh my god!
It's sort of like you hit and it cools down to like a bluish nature with the holy energy being pushed into it.
Push up
and
one
the
arm,
whole thing just
plank,
sort of like
sit
stops
up, squat,
and like almost seizes up for a second as it's staggered.
Okay. Well, luckily my turn's not for a while.
And takes a wound.
All right, hold on. Be right back. I think I left something at work. Well, I'll probably still be doing this workout.
Okay. So part of it's this blackish and red tinted blood just starts to like spew out of some of the orifices of the faces that are screaming as you're looking at this thing. And you played a deadly blow, and I don't know what's with the enemy card that's still on my screen. Anything else?
No, that's about all I can do.
Okay. So Arabella.
Arabella is distracted by the push-ups. points left. So
You guys can't use your pennies to recover power points. That is the thing in Swade.
oh, now you tell me. I'm gonna take so I can take one Benny and recover a power point.
I think it's 2 per. I'm just double checking. Oh, and Isabella got a joker, so everybody gets 1 power point. Except for me.
Dan's gonna have a full workout by the end of the stream.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
When you guys need to help remind me of this, because I forget stuff. Whenever anyone on your team gets a joker, all of you get a Benny.
Oh, cool.
Whenever my guys get a joker, my guys get a Benny.
A Benny or a PowerPoint?
A Benny. So you all have +1 Benny now.
It's cold.
So
We gain 5. You get 5 power points per Benny spent to recover power points.
You can do it.
Okay.
well.
Yeah, I
Excuse
forgot
me.
to do that. Benny's recover power. How many power points?
5.
Oh, that's so
Okay.
cool and good to know. That might actually allow
Yeah,
me
so-
to do something.
The changes with Swade is you can use bennies to reroll damage, reroll a trait, recover from shaken, which you could do before, soak rolls, which you could do before, draw a new action card, reroll damage, which I already said. I'm just going to read through the list. Regain power points, 5 per benny, and you can use it to influence the story in some significant way. Doesn't mean it's not make sense, it doesn't make stuff.
Okay, so I'm gonna use 2 power points to because it's 1 bolt per power point, right? So
Yes.
I'm gonna use 2 power points and go double barrel action on the thing.
All right.
Okay, it'll be a -2
Oh
for
yeah,
the
thank you.
shot.
Thank you, Stabby. Nice
Little
little
action
workout
penalty.
there.
That's one of the changes with Swade that we mentioned a couple times is bolt is just 1
Ugh.
shot, and any
Okay.
extra is a multi-action penalty.
Well, never mind then. I'm gonna do 1, but anyways, I'm gonna Benny this because this one sucked.
Okay.
Oop. And I'm gonna do another one, please.
That connects. That 14.
All right.
Yeah, the
All right, Stabby with Ask Me Anything. What's the
Arabelle,
question?
as the sky starts to darken with the moon coming up and light starts to fade a bit in the surrounding area, Arabella's gauntlets with the ceramic moon plate starts to shine a bit more, getting energy again from the Benny, but also regaining some power points as she lets off another fresh blast with her device revitalized and connects severely with a 14, so that's an extra, so that's actually an 18. So I got its toughness. I got a math real quick. 18. That's a lot. I'm gonna soak. Can
I understand.
whisper to GM?
What?
That's a
What's your
2.
favorite color of the alphabet? True
Okay,
or false?
so I can soak 2. I rolled a 10. Okay, Brian, sorry. 16. Again.
It's neither.
12, 16, so 2. 3. So 3. Okay, so
Wrong answer.
Okay, yeah. So the bolt hits and connects, and a number of the arms sort of like decay into ash as the sort of like moonlight energy washes over this thing. It's already shaken and with the wound as the light blast sort of like connects to its core, dealing 1 additional wound to this thing.
Nice shot.
It lets out this like horrific scream that everybody can sort of just start to hear. And I forgot to do it, so I'll do it at the end. But Anything else?
Palpable hit, madam. Very palpable hit. Well,
Anything else for Arabella?
Nope. Bella's gonna stay right here.
Okay, as Arabella lets off the blast from her moon gauntlet, and it just
that was a
washes
nice
everything.
shot,
Right as the thing
guys.
starts
A lot
to,
of damage. 16
kind of
damage.
always screaming, but lets out
18
right
damage.
after finishes
Nice.
the big scream from
That's good stuff.
Carl's call for Clayton, get the fuck down here now. Clayton shows up double time using the card on the scene and is able to act.
Oh.
He's at the very bottom there. So you just got there faster.
I will say, guys,
for the
though,
card that was played
if you
before.
guys could be
At this moment,
nice and not redeem a whole lot of workout stuff
take
throughout this stream,
3
just
steps
because
forward.
And you
that way I
see
can
this-
kind of pay attention
Oh,
to
you
what's
need to
going on
do
in the game, and you guys can also
sanity?
keep track of it.
Sanity.
I don't mind. I don't mind them, but it's not all the time.
We're seeing this thing for the first time. As you sort of you've seen it from afar, but now that you've gotten past the buildings that are sort of decomposing or burning away, you can get a better look at this thing as the amalgamation of faces and arms are like folding into themselves and eating their own bits. But you pause for a quick second, but then you just kind of soldier through, and you're able to focus on the task at hand. Okay. What would you like to do?
Some pew time.
Okay. What are you pewing with? Rifle? Okay.
Wow. I like how everybody in this game thus far
gets right beside him,
is
just
doing damage, and
levels
I'm
the
over
rifle.
here like
Like,
swing,
not even
swing,
taking
swing,
a
swing,
second to
swing,
breathe.
swing, swing. Miss,
With
miss,
15,
miss, miss,
definitely
miss, miss.
connects.
Like, can't hit anything. This
That's the
giant
raise,
thing in
so
front of
the
me.
damage.
Can't hit it. Try using. Oh, yeah, I should, yeah.
The turtle.
Try to kite it.
I'm gonna do a Benny.
I lost audio there. I don't even know how much. I'm definitely
Oh, yeah.
built more like a fighter, Tim.
Nate.
But I could.
So that soaks 2.
It might work out better. They do. Yeah, I mean,
It was 14, right? Yeah.
at max
So
they could
you
do
should-
13 damage.
Clayton stops and pauses and like
Potential.
does
There's
that, like,
potential.
sort of like the release of breath.
Stabby, what's your
Um,
next question?
And
I
then
know you
just
got. I know
shoots,
you got
and
more.
He beelines right through a couple eyes in succession as the heads are like wavering in between each other. And those heads just sort of like burst, but the thing keeps moving. It still is up and going strong, despite it. And Clayton doesn't have a name on his thing. I'll fix
Since
that.
we're making the thing burn through its bennies.
That's right. Since
Benny
in
Benny's
game we
good.
really know all about these Benny things.
Yes. Right after that, the like half dead figure of Anthony's father comes up with the sword and just and tries to slash down at the thing. Open his sheet because I totally had that ready and prepared. Open, damn you! Fighting. He just flat misses right behind him. Anthony's mom lowers the family heirloom rifle, or blunderbuss, I think it was, or like no, I think I said it was hunting rifle, and just doesn't just zombies don't shoot well. It gets like the side of a building and doesn't connect. That's the end of the round. So at the top is Arabella. No jokers this time, so I need to remember to reward bennies at the beginning when jokers come up. So.
Well, I'm going to do
Do some
another
stretches.
All right, let's try this.
As you should be, honestly.
Please.
Like, hold on, let me do some stretches before.
You connect. You have the same hand still leveled, and you just fire off again, sort of like twisting your wrist, and it like spirals a little bit and connects straight into the thing. The damage is.
Oh,
Or you
God.
just kind of, you can Benny damage and Suede, so you keeping it?
No, I'm gonna Benny it.
Yeah.
And not
Yeah.
better, but
The energy sort of like spirals across the thing's like center mass of bodies,
I
and
do
just
not.
sort of fizzles out across the lot of them.
Sometimes it's just the light.
Any movement.
When I bring my hand close to the light, messes with the camera a little bit.
I'm actually going to play this card.
I only have 3 tattoos.
And I'm gonna retry another bolt.
Yeah, Arabella cursed to herself in some language.
That looks cool.
Can't and fires
I
again.
thought about getting hand tattoos, but I don't think I will.
With the 4, would hit thanks to the vulnerable.
At most, I want to have them,
so damage.
like sleeve.
All damage. Yes.
Yeah, you take a quick half second to breathe and focus real quick and fire, and it just goes straight to the thing's core. This like whitish moon energy just fades in, and the sort of like cinder oven of the center that it has glows white for a pulse or two, and then do I want to Benny that? I'm not going to. As 9, 10, 11. Yes, I am going to Benny that.
By the way, guys, if you guys have questions for anybody else who's playing, or if you have any questions that you want to ask them, you can say something. I think 1 or 2 of them are in the chat.
It still connects
in the stream,
like
so
later,
they should be able to answer you.
Burning embers inside sort of overtakes it, and it goes back to how it was. But
just so you guys know,
a few of the arms on the outside sort of like fall to the ground, and sort of disintegrate to ash. The ones that are holding Anthony are still gripping pretty strong to him. Clayton is up though. Clayton.
Yeah, I'm gonna narrow down and hit again.
Okay. Just single shot rifle?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a 10.
Yeah, that hits with a raise. Okay, so I love how you like.
I'm gonna reroll that.
Okay.
That's better.
That is better. What's your penny?
Has so many.
Okay.
Has none.
Nice.
Oh, that damage.
You caught a couple heads in succession and shot through them in the previous round, and you're like, I could do better than that. And you take a quick second to aim a bit, to focus a bit more, and with an 18.
Rolling rocks, guys.
You go straight for the sort of like undulating like single core of the thing.
Rolling some damage.
Starting to, like, you can see the flesh is eating it. There's like mouths in the center, like eating itself from the inside, and you just shoot straight into it with your rifle, and it just goes straight through. The eyes, as a number of heads and open balls are leaning towards Anthony, and like about to, a couple of them like started like biting to his flesh and his shoulder and like his arms. Then they sort of just like go dark. The entire mass sort of just gives one big final wail, and then it just goes silent. Like everything goes silent as the sort of bright core of cinder stops, and then just like slowly turn to ash. Anthony sort of like stumbles to the ground, released by this thing as this just crumbles. As you take a quick second afterwards, you're able to hear normally in the town now. The same noise or
Steady,
sound
what's the question? Thank you for that. Ask Me Anything Redemption.
With this thing falling to the ground. And there's like a few small bits that are still like the dying embers of a fire on the edge of a log in a fireplace, or just a campfire. They get to the end and they just fade to ash or just stop moving. It's done.
Welcome back, J-Bean. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much...
We're out of threat at this point. As you look around, there's...
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you...
The place is littered with similar bodies that have sort of...
not actually familiar with that.
They're all sort of like turning into embers, into ash as they fade into the ground. What would everybody like to do?
First thing I'm going to do
Take a
is burn
vacation?
6 power points, and I'm healing 1 wound on Nick and 1 wound on Anthony.
Your face is funny.
Oh, with you healing?
Yeah. I'm gonna walk out of here.
Yeah, 6 power
Oh,
points for healing. Gotcha.
Roll. So that
I've never seen this.
1 remaining, so hopefully we don't have anybody else.
Yeah, I've never
You
seen
still
that.
got- You still got
That's why I
bennies.
didn't know who
You
it
can exchange
was.
bennies to rate a 1 for
I mean, he
five-
looks really
5 power
cool.
points.
I don't know, just like
Okay,
looking at his
so
his
Anthony
picture.
is good. And
I would say. I mean, I don't know.
All right, so Anthony, you're healed 1 wound.
And Carl's healed 1
thank-
wound.
Thank you, my friend.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, there's this eerie silence in the town as you can start to hear like the sound of the final burning embers and the outlying lack of wilderness. It's like being in a void of sound, a void almost, but it's creepy.
So yeah, just from initial picture,
Did
I would say
Anthony's
he
parents
seems
also die.
pretty cool. Maybe like
You see that
I
the
don't know.
2 zombie figures of them.
I would say it would
They
depend
just-
on what his
they-
personality is. Just from
now that
picture
this
wise, he
thing's
looks pretty
been
cool,
defeated,
but
there's
I don't know
just
about personality. He might
Standing
be
there, just sort of
slightly
swaying back and forth.
You know, the character that's not so
And
nice.
just
I don't
looking
know.
around, not really at anyone, but just sort of like scanning around and not really doing anything with it at this moment.
Can we ask them about what
Painting the picture.
what's is Vila try to get from the village?
Mm-hmm.
Oops, today makes you confused. Oh, I'm confused because I didn't know the character. Energetic and has an
I
emo
think
mode.
Anthony should ask because since it's his parents, he might have better luck than we are.
Love to know.
Oh, Tim with the redemption of Ask Me Anything. Hello. I heard my name, but I didn't hear what you said.
Your parents are still kind of sort of there.
Mhm.
And then we were wondering if you should not ask them what Vila wanted from the village and why the village was like this.
We're getting the feedback again, Charles.
Charles, if you turn on the crisp filter, it'll keep your reverb from happening. It's in the voice settings on Discord. Yeah, it's a really good voice filter.
So, yes, Anthony would look at his parents and.
Yeah, you see them in half of them is basically decayed at this point, but you can still sort of get recognitions like, yeah, that's Dad, and back there with the rifle, that's Mom. They look like in a bad state, but roughly like just dead and decayed from how you last remember them. If that makes sense.
Do they seem to recognize me? Like they seem quote unquote normal other than their appearance?
Yeah, as you sort of approach your father and mother from like circling around, your father definitely keeps like eyesight and then like tracks you. He like turns to keep looking at you, but even as he's looking at you, he's still like just kind of looking around, like until you move or like do something or say something. Then he'll like focus comes back a little bit, but then it kind of sways off again.
Mother, what's how are you here? Father, if you could speak more clearly, perhaps with chest. Perfect. Anthony not really getting much of a answer from his father asks the same thing from his mother, which he assumes he gets the same response.
Yeah, do a quick smarts roll.
Hmm.
Yeah, you're pretty easily able to put it together that they were saying curse to the answer to your initial question as to why they're there.
Okay. He kind of expands on the cursed. What caused the curse? Was it Vila?
Taken.
Yes, the item was taken, but what was it?
Taken.
Taken where?
He starts to like seem confused. He started like looking around a bunch, just not able to get an answer.
Bacon. Maple bacon.
It honestly did sound like you said bacon. For a
Sorry.
second.
Yes.
Would this card help me in any way?
Mm-hmm. You
I
play what you
feel
play. Are you playing it?
I mean, I feel like it. I don't know. That somehow helped me.
I'm not going to answer yes or no. It's if you want to play it, then you play it.
Then yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I will play it.
You play that card.
I'll play the
are you
card.
playing your mother or father?
I've been talking to dear old dad, so we'll go with dad.
Okay.
Guys, this is the first card I've ever played.
No, it's not.
I think it is, actually.
I think you've played other ones.
Oh. Anyway, continue.
You did one last session to soak wounds.
Oh, I did. Oh, then that was my first one. Because I know I haven't used them.
Yeah, not a bunch. You're still kind of green. He turns and starts to like shamble his way forward to the north. The same motif, grunting and groaning the entire way. A good minute later, Mother starts to follow him as he makes his way. I don't know if you can see where I went. I'll do it piecemeal if that is needed. To the north. I feel like you zoomed too far in on your stream. As he goes to this building to the northeast of where you were.
I'm tracking. Gotcha.
Yeah. And the mother still just stays outside and is like watching in through the open doorway. And as you make your way there, you eventually see the father just like with a limp hand, a couple fingers missing off of one of the hands that he's pointing into the room beyond. Item kept.
Said I am kept.
Item kept.
Okay. I kind of as I'm going there, I of course
okay.
Tell everyone I'm heading this way, following my father. Might be showing and or telling us something. Is
anybody doing anything else during all of this?
Denis, you're on mute.
I try to avoid background too. I want to follow. I want to stick around with Anthony.
Okay.
Yeah, just pop over and try and figure it out.
Yeah, I think staying as a group is a good idea.
Yeah. As you're walking around, you can definitely tell that weird sound issue that was happening before, where you could only hear in the direction that you were facing, it seems to have dissipated, at least for now. you can hear everything that's happening in the town. It's still pretty quiet, but there's like the odd sound of something skittering about, but what it is or where it's going is a little bit beyond without further investigation done.
I'm actually going to play. Are you okay, Anthony?
Mhm.
Since I want to get in there in the room and he let you there, I'm gonna play my little card right here.
Okay. Are you going in there and searching then?
Yeah, I'm in the house and looking around. He let us here for a reason, so I'm searching in there.
Okay. I'm gonna move you over there. Take.
He finds the One Ring.
It's the One Ring.
Does he choose to rule them all?
He finds a minor relic, some sort. Okay. Come back to that in a second.
Yeah, something about
Maybe
the
let's
relic
come back to you
symbol.
soon, I'm checking something. I'm getting physical dice because I want to roll in real life.
In real life.
You haven't done that in ever.
I don't think never is a proper phrase.
Oh, yeah.
We've done
you
it.
haven't done that in ages.
In a while, yeah.
Quite a while.
Okay.
Hoping to do it again in a couple of weeks.
Sterling looking around into the room that the decayed and like as Sterling like walks past the father, he sort of accidentally bumps him and like a lob of like meaty exterior like falls from his rib as he goes inside. But looking inside the room that the father was pointing into, he's able to come across this journal. Sort of like oh, sorry, I said that backwards. He's able to come across the journal. I already said it. Pushed under some of the pushed into one of the bottom shelves of what was previously a locked cabinet.
Oh, I'm sorry, Stabby. I thought JP. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm brutally honest.
You'd have to
Stabby.
look at just
but
initial looking at
no,
it.
I don't. I don't try to lie to people either.
This thing has.
What is it? Eh?
It's hard to date it without proper measures taken to try to actually discern stage based on the style of the journal and where its materials are sourced from. But it definitely seems, having worked with older relics before,
but yeah,
this
I wouldn't say I'm brutally honest.
They're pretty high as far as the age of things you've seen so far that Sterling has seen.
Is there something else I could roll? Maybe I want to try to get more information. Can I just open it?
You can. It's not locked or anything. Okay. I mean, it's got like there's metal bindings on the side.
It's a nice little journal.
Used to, but they're not locked.
Okay, so let me open it up to just to the first page and first couple of pages. See what's on
I was mostly joking. Okay. Mostly. I am honest, and I need.
Probably gonna say something.
Am I being honest now? The world may never know. Oh, I'm always honest.
Okay, so
I just mean like I'm not brutally honest.
Thumb through the initial pages.
I feel like
he's looking into it.
I don't know. I feel like being brutally honest is
the initial text that you see
can come off the wrong way.
Written in an old
hurt people's feelings. Brutally honest. And anyway,
it's written into like a very old form of Arabic that you're familiar with.
I have Persian, if that's old enough.
And you're able to get some stuff, but it's kind of like a case where you need some time to sort of decipher, almost.
I'm an enigma.
How the languages change naturally over time.
You always hurt my feelings? That's not true, JB.
I found something nice here, but
that's not true.
Just need some time.
And mine too? Oh my god.
in a
What?
more
What is this?
quiet and appropriate environment to really dig through this thing and see what we have here.
Wow. Anybody
What's everybody
else?
doing?
Anthony is trying to figure out what his father is trying to point out to him.
Moving all these things.
I'm watching our back because I don't trust this town.
The fair
Is-
assessment for this town.
Is he pointing at like a certain spot? Or
He's pointing roughly in the room. Do a what's the equivalent perception?
Notice?
Stuff. Yes, notice. Thank you. Yeah, as far as you can tell, he's pointing somewhere in the room. Like with he's not fully formed, so his hand kind of like wavers from like the instability of him just standing up. So it's hard to tell if he's trying to point in a direct area or not.
okay. I guess I'm gonna try to look in the general area he's looking or pointing.
You want to investigate.
Or another notice.
Yeah, go with that.
Okay. Ooh, it's better.
Different games. I keep messing up terms. Yeah, you're able to find.
Later, Tim.
It
Hope
takes
you
you
had a
a
good
little bit.
time. We'll see you.
Sterling
We'll see you
just
next
gone through
time, my dude.
Some of the initial pages. And
Hope you have a
he's
good
sort of
rest of your
muttering to
Friday
himself
evening.
in the other room. You can hear it as you're like looking around, pushing a couple floorboards off to the side. You eventually uncover this chest. Like container, and it's sort of like there was like a cavity in the ground under the floorboards that you're able to like this has been recently disturbed, so that sort of helped you find out where it was. This sort of heavily metallic and weirdly built chest container of some sort, but as you look inside, it's already opened when you found it, and inside you can see a single envelope that's on the front that's kind of faced the top.
Half of
It just reads in cursive to Mr. Anthony Redgrave.
I take a closer look. Inspect. Does it seem? Just gonna roll another notice. Does anything seem amiss?
I mean, about
Oops.
as amiss as you can tell of this weird metallic chest in a cavity in the ground under floorboards, and there you find a letter with your name on it. You know, it's.
I just mean like.
You kind of like
Yeah,
something's weird here, but
even stranger than the strange.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, is there like asbestos in it or something?
Yeah, is there black mold? Like,
Your
going
asbestos
on?
radar is not going off.
Dang. All right. Well, wrote that into my character sheet for nothing.
Is the asbestos radar part of the bulge?
No, that's it's going to get that edge at next level.
Oh, okay.
What's somebody else doing while they're looking inside?
Polishing my weapon. Actually, no, I have to do this. I'm gonna walk up to the is it a pile of ash now? The body?
Yeah, like as you got into town, since you weren't here for a lot of it, you can see that there is that big central mass thing that you helped kill. But looking into the alleyway to the west of where it was, it's basically like a whole line of zombified corpses that are like burning.
Talking about the big mass thing, is it still like fleshy and?
There are like still some fleshy bits, but most of it's like burning away from the inside.
That's cool. I'm gonna take my pistol out and shoot it again.
Okay. As they're inside, you hear a couple pistol shots as they ring out into the silence of the town. What about Isabella and Elbella? What are you two doing?
I'm just watching them do their thing because this is kind of interesting.
Okay, so move things around. So that'd be sort of a little bit like that because Anthony went inside. So you can see Sterling with the book that he brought out, and it's this like really old looking tome that he's holding into his hand. What about Arabella?
Arabella is just gonna look around and roll a notice to see what she can see.
Okay.
And she's seeing burned down houses.
Arabella's like trying to look around, but like keeps getting distracted by like the half undead, the literally undead that thing that's just to her adjacent left.
If it can smell something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Continually distracted.
That's what I'm trying to see if Kivik is also going to do a notice. And Kivik is not happy.
No, Kivik's like hiding between your legs at this point, basically.
She's on me right there.
Just full cat, like puffy tail. I can't do it.
Missing corpses. Ugh.
Full hissing. All the hiss.
Camelback.
Yeah. So what's Anthony doing with this bit of stuff?
I had my headset off. I had my headset off, sorry. Yeah, so he Anthony will grab the letter and open it.
So Anthony picks up the letter. It's a bit oblong in its weight sort of dimensions. Like you definitely tell that there's something heavier in the center. And as you pick it up, it's like even bulging a little bit at the center. Opening it, because you said you opened it, I believe. You can tell as you look inside, there's a small metallic device that you can see, and you're just looking at this yourself. Unless you tell me that you haven't told me that you're actually showing everybody else. So this is just you at this point. As you can see, a small metallic device, and then a letter, like a piece of paper, folded up adjacent to it inside the envelope.
Yeah, he's just kind of looking at it himself for right now. Kind of takes like a brief, closer look at that metallic. Is there anything he recognizes?
Yeah, Anthony takes the metallic bit out, and it's like this silverish, like almost like tarnished silver disc with a greenish gem inlaid in the center of it. Yeah.
The gem laid in the center of it.
Yeah, you have not seen this before.
Okay. Interesting. Not seen it before. Okay, so he puts that off to the side for now. Not really off to the side, but just kind of looks at the actual letter.
Okay. So you take the letter out, and it's in nice paper, nice parchment, and written in fancy, relatively fancy quill work, as far as you can tell. It just reads in English, "I assume you want to talk, Mr. Redgrave. Push the gem, and we shall. Sincerely, Vila."
It's a troll.
You're in a to note that like he's in a room inside the building, off to the side of the building, so the only one that can really see him at this point is Sterling. Maybe Arabella, sorry, based on the angle, and maybe Carl if he's looking in that direction, but I don't think Isabella can, and Clayton's over there near the thing.
Unfortunately, Carl is not looking in that direction. I'm looking the other way because I'm
Yeah.
I'm looking in.
Okay.
I'm looking at my phone. I'm interested in the book anyway that Sterling found.
Yeah, so Sterling's definitely showcasing the book a bit, so I don't know if Anthony's being like, oh, look at this thing I found. Or if he's got the note to himself.
No, he's got the note to himself right now. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
I just want to be clear about it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you find the metallic disc with a gem inlaid in the center, rather intricately inlaid with like these cross sections holding it in place.
Why
And
does this
the note
keep
that says
happening to me?
that. I assume he wants to talk. If so, push the gem, and we shall.
Oh boy, guys. I really want to push this button. It's getting bigger and bigger by the second. Huh?
Do we?
I assume that's everybody out of character saying this.
Come on, Anthony. I think we need some answers.
I mean, we do.
But do you want to share this with the group first, or are you just gonna be like, I'm just gonna stand over here and be like, yeah, I didn't find shit, guys.
That's his decision.
It is. That's
I mean, even if I push the button after you telling you guys, it's still just me. So, like, either way, it's like, well, hope you find me. If you find me. No, I'm just trying to think like how Anthony would handle it. He keeps getting presented with ways of finding her or knowing her motives. So thanks, Patrick, for that.
That message I sent, yeah. I
sent me a message.
For record's sake.
Oh, gotcha. Just what she said. Yeah. Okay. So he's gonna come out of this room with the note and the gem or the metallic item with the gem in it. And he's gonna talk to Sterling, his buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I am the bad guy. I can't believe you fell for that.
What'd you say, Sterling?
You're such an idiot.
Just asking Anthony. What do you got there?
I found this note. It is from Vila. She says that if I want to talk, all I have to do is gem.
Vila's kind of what we came for. We came here, isn't it? Be worth a chance. I mean, I can see three things happening. Like Vila, we end up somehow communicating just like by voice, or Vila shows up here, or you disappear to wherever Vila is now.
Fact or fiction?
Yes.
That's kind of the three options I'm seeing, and I don't know if there's a way to tell.
When I ask Arabella if I'm like, I feel like we're being left out of something. Do you want to go in there and, kind of find out what's going on?
Push it slowly, do it, Dark Sidious or whatever.
Anyone in your group that I've ever come across.
Ask me. There's the fun fact.
Let me roll, Patrick. Let me roll a notice. Let me see if I can. Try to see
when you solve a math problem, does your mom call you before you cook the food, or when you use the bathroom?
In the Sultan's cave. I came across a
What?
whole lot of stuff, and
Mhm.
maybe there's something on there I can recognize.
I would say when I solve a math
Sure,
problem,
but
yeah, my mom calls me
Either
before
I don't know
cooking the
if I
food.
would.
notice or
So,
science roll, maybe.
Sure.
Yeah, you can do a weird science roll if you want to, because I think they're sort of aligned to it.
I knew that
No,
fact.
you
Well,
don't have to
good.
mute, Kristen.
I figured
I'm
you
not sure
would.
Annie heard you. I think she got distracted.
16.
That's not any
It's the
fun.
first time I've rolled this thing.
Well, I mean, it's not my
Yeah,
fault.
just-
You knew the
I'm
fact.
sorry.
You have a single fact
Oh,
to back that up.
Isabella was going to ask Arabelle if she wanted to go in and see what they were messing with, because it looked like we were being left out of something interesting.
Sure. I'm gonna come with you.
Yeah, as Sterling's looking at this thing, you've seen a lot of fancy, neat gadgets, most of them old. But this one, you haven't seen this specific thing before.
Random fact, Jay, being about myself is
16. I should be able to figure something out.
I spent 3 hours learning cuts for cards.
Definitely weird sciencey. Like there's something about it that is manipulating the way magic works, but in a more weird science way than an arcane way. Like this taps into some type of arcane channeling type thing, but to what extent you haven't seen before. Isabella could do a notice, because the two of you said that you were poking in and seeing what's going on, so could Arabella.
Do I need to do a notice? Do I really need to do a notice?
Do it.
Fine.
It exploded.
It exploded in his hand.
Oh no.
He takes
Unfortunately, it was destroyed,
damage.
and I was fine.
Yeah. Isabella immediately, it's fair to say, Isabella immediately recognized this thing.
Jay being able to ask me anything.
She got from Vila before. In the Constantinople at the basement that she activated. This is the same type of device.
Yep. It's like, oh, I've seen her use that before.
What happened when she activated that device?
I've seen her use it to.
What I'd hate to happen is for Anthony to just get pulled somewhere away from us.
Yes, I've seen her use it to move herself from a place to I'm not sure where, but then I've also seen her return to a place, supposedly with the same device. So I'm hypothesizing that this somehow links to other devices like it in other locations. I don't think it'll disintegrate you, though.
No,
Well, that is comforting, but
I would assume it's a communication device of some kind, or like you said, a transport device. But is it going to bring Vila here, or is it going to take Anthony there?
I do not know, but I am pushing this button regardless.
I would say it is your choice, Anthony.
Do we want to everybody try, like, putting a hand on him and see if it'll, like, move all of us? If it's that sort of device? Or do we just want to just be like, bye?
I am willing.
I'm fine with that idea.
All right.
I'll say, Kivik, at least go with him and protect him. So Kivik is gonna jump on Anthony's shoulder.
Okay.
Ah, so warm.
Big and fluffy.
He is very.
Okay, so you're pressing the gem?
As soon as everyone has a hand on me, yeah.
Okay.
Or is that what we're doing? We're doing the hands thing?
Sounds like it.
Okay.
Do the Peter Gabriel song.
Oh, that's that boy. That line was just lining up for a bad joke there.
Don't worry.
Everybody's in on the hand thing, huh? Okay. I guess we're good to go.
There's one
You're
giant
not
hand
giving
job right
him a
there.
hand job.
Is that what you young kids are calling it nowadays? A hand thing?
So everybody puts a hand on Anthony's shoulder, aka not bulge. And Anthony presses the green gem at the center. Anthony feels this wash of energy just like flow through him as he feels his body get pulled like immediately like hard to his left as he's looking at towards Sterling, but then he just sort of like fades through him. 2, 3, okay. Carl feels his hand that he has on Anthony get pulled in the same direction, and everybody else sees the two of them just. There's like.
It's me and you, Carl. We got this.
As a burst was let out, and the two of them are just gone. Your eyes acclimate after the flash of light, and the two of them are no longer there.
Is Kivik with us still?
Kivik, like, just unceremoniously, almost like falls to the ground, lands on feet, because cat. But it's still
well, it's just me. It's just this. Yeah, it just got spicy.
I've only seen her use it to transfer herself on.
Me and another character are now teleported somewhere unknown. So this ought to be interesting.
Things open.
But it's the man of God. Yeah.
That's what we can trust. The guy who only believes in Christ.
Of course we can. But man, with the power of St. George and Jesus Christ, we'll crush these heathens.
If you were here.
Okay, I think it's a good point to take 5, though. And we'll come back to see what happens.
Sure.
As before we take 5, I'll do a little tidbit for Carl and Anthony, if I can find the right things.
Is this the feeling that Carl has had before?
You'd have to ask him when he gets back.
Visit the wizard in the future, and I punched it.
Right in the face.
Carl and Anthony, their bodies like lurch and each of one of their feet gets like stuck in like an inch of mud as they look down and across the landscape. They're in this dark, gloomy swamp area. Candles are lighting up the various landscape at different angles and locations, and Carl sees before him, sort of just like leisurely sitting on one of the slimy stones, as muck seems to accumulate, and there's like that foul swamp acrid smell almost. He sees Oda just idly looking around and looks up at the two of you as you pop in, and we'll take 5 there.
Aw, I wanted to give them my regards.
Gone to Scotland.
Get out of here.
Okay, I'll be back.
Either Scotland or Louisiana.
Why not both?
All right, guys. So we're on a little break. Oh my goodness! All right, so just got teleported again for the people that.
Okay, so we'll be back at 10 till. Yeah.
Got it.
So those that don't know or weren't here last time when we were streaming, this is very central to my character's story. Basically, Vila destroyed his village, killed his family, lots of bad things. So he made a demon pact to track her down and kill her, and he's not a happy dude. So the chance to meet her face to face again, because he's seen her several times over the years in hunting her and tracking her. But this is the first time that she's left a note in a way of actually getting to her, rather than me tracking her down and finding her. So, pretty big deal. Hopefully, it goes well and I don't die. Or maybe I find out that she's actually not as bad as everyone thinks. I don't know. We'll see what happens in the role play here that I imagine is about to happen. I am going to go get another drink, and then we'll continue. I'll be right back.
Do it. All right.
May I take your hand, sir? May I take your hand, sir? May I...
ice cream is cold. And that's what I call high quality H2O.
Friggin' time jumpers. Avocado toast.
Yeah.
And he's making herself a martini, so that should be pretty fast.
He wasn't even a Fae.
fine.
He was just.
He was technically Fae.
Huh? He was? I thought you said he
Yeah.
wasn't.
No, he was.
Well, he was 25% Fae and 75% douche, but other than that.
I think he was a little bit more douche than that, but okay.
Isn't there kind of an overlap between the two?
Hey, Oda saved.
Oda came in and helped you guys.
He did. I owe him a great debt, so.
Okay, so to jump.
Not douche part, isn't it?
Like humans, it depends on the individual.
Alright. Woo!
Carl, who I'm going to add to the map.
And you should be up in like 2 minutes.
That's fine. We're mainly going to focus on them for the second.
Yep.
Carl and Anthony both just kind of, and they find themselves in this location, with Oda sitting on a rock and sort of just like looking around and messing around with his staff that he usually just carries around. He looks up at the two of you, who Carl knows him, or at least has encountered him before. Anthony has not. He looks up and like leans against his staff and just sort of stands up in one swift motion. I'm surprised that you came. I didn't think you would. Although, you do seem to be a carefree lot. Well, he turns to his back, into what you can see beyond him is the entranceway into this tall, gnarled tree, as there's candles positioned up the winding tree as it like sort of twists higher into the air. And there's an entryway leading further into the center of it. He looks back and sort of just calls into the opening. He came, and it's actually him. He is as foolish as you say. And a couple seconds, about 10 to... Well, what are you all doing? What are the two of you doing as this happens? There's no response from the inside.
I don't like what you said there.
You're being paid for a different accent now?
Yes. But
okay. I don't care that you don't like what I said. Greetings. At least be civil, like your elders here. Thank you for coming. I didn't think you would. That's enough. You can stay where you are. We don't want those around us getting excited. As he says that, Carl and Anthony can hear the snapping of what sounds like potentially thick logs just crunch on the southeastern edge as something is moving in the outskirts of the tree line.
Yeah, what's that you got over there?
Yeah, I'll turn to look. Great.
You could do a notice if you want. That's a friend. You don't need to worry about her. And he kind of looks at Carl when he says her.
Hey, crikey.
Around that time, in that short pause, a feminine voice calls out from inside the tree. Yes, you don't need to worry about our friend. She's she has her head on her shoulders, as they would say, and stepping out from the opening in the tree is, and this, mainly for Anthony Dan, is a fairly regal-looking woman. First, notice, yeah, you definitely see that there's openings in the tree lines to like the southeast. You're not just like it's not like a thick blanket of them, but there's no light there either. Um, as you guys reported away, it was already getting into the evening hours, so to say, so it's already fairly a bit into dark. So you don't have good visibility, and the only reason you can see where you are now, giving this more central area of like a thickened wood sense in the middle of the woods of this swamp area, is because there's all these like haphazard, not haphazard, but like sporadically set up candles around the area. Exiting from the opening in the tree, I was going to pull us down to a different channel, but do you want me to, Anthony? Do you want me to separate for this? I'll let you decide.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like it's. Yeah, I kind of feel like it's something that.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
That, I mean, even in all context, these guys, no one else is here except for me, you, and you, Carl. So it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so the majority of the light that you can see is mainly coming from the candles that are set up around. Carl can do a check if you want to.
Sorry, my audio cut out there for a minute. Could you do a what check?
Religion.
Religion. Okay.
Yeah. As Anthony sees emerging from the opening in this tree behind Oda, a tall woman with dark skin and a white and green gown.
It's Vila, guys. It's Vila.
And these like emerald glasses, as she's has a notebook and is just like finishing out notes as she's talking to you. You don't need to worry about our friend. She quite has her head on her shoulders, as they say now. I think she's lovely. Thank you for coming, the two of you. It's a pleasure to see you. I don't think we've actually been introduced. My name's Vila, and I'm to understand that you're Mr. Redgrave, is that correct? As she's looking darkly at Anthony.
Yes.
Yes.
I am Anthony.
As I said, a pleasure. And you, Sir Carl, I'm glad to see you in good health again. A little bit in the same state as we departed last time, I'm afraid. Are your wounds? Do they need tending?
I'll be fine, thank you, though.
Okay, good. You do seem like a stout fellow. With the faith roll, there's definitely some pattern to this. You're not able to make it out. Do a spirit roll as well for the other thing. I'll come back to that in a second. So, as my letter said, spirit. Okay, you're fine. You definitely hear that knocking. That they may know something, but you got your hand on the door, so to say. You're holding it at bay.
So I can't map we're on, so just think if I need to move, I can't move myself on the map. Just
sorry, that's my bad. Controllable by. I'm just gonna drag you back on. Oh, can you even see anything? No, you can't.
I just have a black
That's-
screen.
Okay, yeah. Vision. Can you see now? You should be able to see now, at least.
Now we're good. Yep.
Can you try moving? Okay, cool. You're good. Sorry about that.
Okay.
And Vila just sort of like sets her notebook at the entranceway to the tree. So I did say that you could ask some questions. And I think that's fair, assuming that my read on the implied history here is accurate. What would you like to know, dear boy?
Why did you kill my father, my mother, my village? Destroy it, spoil it. Now there's just undead. Incessantly coming, turning, dying. What have you done?
I'm afraid that they will continue to do that until we can actually solve this conundrum that my friends and I found ourselves in some 20 years ago. We did what we needed to do to save the crater. I'm sorry for your village. I truly am. But we're fighting evils, much like I assume you are now, or at least intending to. And we needed objects in order to combat them. We tried to parlay and buy with coin or influence or any other means, but apparently the device, the relic, as some people like to call them, held great significance, and the village would not part with them. So we had to find our own means.
In my opinion, you are the great evil here. You destroyed everything I have ever known, and I've hunted you for years. Why now, all of a sudden? Leave me a note. Give me a way to find you. Why?
Because it's moving again.
What? What is moving?
The thing we fought before. I don't have a lot of time. The research I did here it's not borne fruit, and I must move on. But I'll answer what I can. Bishar is her name. She's an old entity. Well, not entity. She's from a time before modern history knows. Is the easiest way to say it. There is another who could explain it better than I can, but she's been sleeping these last 20 years, and I would love to wake her up just so we could have a breakfast together, but that's not going to happen. And I need to fix it. So I'm trying to do that.
Trying to wake your friend?
Yes, and she kind of looks at Carl. I believe I relayed the story to you before, Carl, and your friends.
You did, but please fill Anthony in.
"20 years ago, my allies and I fought one who came from an older time that was destroyed by the advancement of society and technology, who came to solve the advancement of society and technology in this age as the same threat and sought to wipe the slate clean, as they say. My great love paid the price with her life. Immortal as it was, as far as we can tell, she still sleeps to this day. But her slumber is the only thing that's keeping her, the other one, the adversary, Bashar, fucking, keeping her at bay, keeping her locked. But I have reason to believe that Bashar has, in her stasis, found ways to continue to influence and seep into the world. That her god is one of life and real life, and I believe that she's found a way to sort of impart her will or part of her soul, maybe. I don't know enough. I haven't been able to get back to the core to research into other beings, and that they're trying to free Bashar herself to complete the ritual. And then my love would have died for nothing, and I can't let that happen. And I won't let that happen. I'm sorry your village died, but I can't bring them back. I can only make sure they didn't die for nothing.
You're sorry my village died? And he like pulls out his sword and he's just furious. He's not trying to attack her, but he's just My family has died. Everything I have ever known. I have hunted you for years, only to find out that you're telling me that there is some greater evil, that you are not this greater evil, that you are fighting this greater evil, or has fought this greater evil, and that my entire village, everything I have ever known as a child, had to die, and that you're trying to save the world?
Yes. It's up to you if you believe me. I am not going to make some big plea, because I have none to make. I have important work to do, and it's not here to help someone cope with their grief. I have my own grief and my own goals. You can continue to pursue me, and as long as you don't actually get in my way, that's fine. Around the same time, you can hear movement in the back of the woods that's like transitioned to the southwest as additional fallen trees and like lumber and stuff is just sort of like crunching under something.
I'm gonna spend a PowerPoint and turn arcane sight. What am I seeing from her?
PowerPoint arcane sight from Vila.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Vila the old Witchfinder eye here. Let's see what she's really saying, not hiding.
You registered nothing arcane about her.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. Make the roll. Yeah, I wouldn't anyway.
Oh, I never actually moved the token to your guys' screen, so that's bad on me.
I could. All right, I can see it.
Yeah, I thought I had, because I could see her on mine. But she grabs her notebook from the rock she sat it on and walks up to Oda. And she's like, your decision is yours, but I have work to be about. And I think, and she turns slightly to look at Carl, I think Walter can give you a better explanation. He was one of us.
Was he now?
And he has the time to spare where I don't.
Who is this Walter she's looking?
Walter. Old friends from London.
Yes, he works at the lodge there. More so runs it at this point, from what I hear.
Correct.
I haven't talked to him for a decade and a half now, but he's honest, assuming he's still Walter.
So he looks. Anthony looks. dead in the eye and asks her, "Can you prevent the destruction of this world?"
I don't know. I'm trying to, and I sincerely mean to.
And then he wants to roll, or I want to roll. Anthony wants to roll. I don't know. What's a belief check? I don't know. Notice? Faith? I don't know.
Similar to like insight.
Yeah.
Things and stuff. Trying to. Two different systems. I always get the wrong name for things.
There's no insight for this one. It would probably just be maybe smarts or persuasion.
Yeah, the persuasion would be from the one persuading side, so the smarts or...
Hey, Willou!
Yeah, smarts, go with smarts.
How's it going?
So we don't have to, like, belabor the point.
Okay. So... Oh, I'm gonna Benny that. That's awful. That's really not better.
Just reading. Okay, so 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's fair to say that Anthony is really mad and probably a little bit confused, but here's like, she seems like she's being honest in that there is some great threat and she's still fighting it. And she doesn't have good answers.
Anthony.
Go
ahead, Carl.
She is telling us the truth. She is not being deceptive.
I feel like I try to be anything but truthful, unless it was sincerely advantageous not to be, and that's honestly not the case here. Not that that helps the perception of me even stating that, but...
It's... I believe you. And Carl, you're saying that you're telling the truth. I believe you even more.
Look out for those that Bashar may be either influencing or... I don't know if it's like actually like influence, as in some type of suggestion or something, or like a tainting of the soul upon birth, or even like something crazier, like she herself is being reborn, which sounds horrifying, and I hope that's not it. But there are signs of her agents in the world, so be cautious.
But what are their signs? How would we know?
Walter could explain it best. He was the more academic between us, and I wish he was here with me researching this as well, because I can only do so much. My prowess is not in research of the arcane relics. It's, well, in this day and age, in science and technology and advancement. Ever since I lost my own arcane powers. But he knew a lot about the artifacts that we recovered then. And there are signs that they're after them again. Or they're after them when Bashar was after them originally. I think he may have some of the greater story still.
It still begs the question. Why write me a note? Why meet with me? Oh, is there something you want from me? Or need?
I'm searching for the items that we found before. And I'm hesitant to say what those are. I'm being intentionally cryptic because I don't know if you can be trusted fully. So I'll let Lewalt to make that decision. But if you find someone worshipping the same gods as Bashar, which Walter knows the names of, there was, when the thing happened, there was some stuff, there was something done to me in my arcane ability. I lost it. I used to be able to do a lot of stuff, but I had to start from scratch. But like some of the stuff I lost was not just those memories of the arcane, it's other memories around them. So I can't remember everything. But I get hunches and that feeling of things being off, and I know there's agents working out there to try to continue what was started. I left the record book in the room where this chest was, in a clear place so it could be found. That covers that covers a great deal of the artifact that was from your village, so that's a good starting point. Walter will know a lot more, as he, I assume, has better memories.
Yes, we did find your journal.
It's not my journal. It's the village's.
We found the journal. We did not get the chance to go through it, nor did anyone else. We had been kind of transfixed on this note that you sent. I, of course, was very eager to meet you face to face again.
Well, I wish it could have been better, but
and Anthony, how are we to get back?
He reaches into her bag and pulls out another disc and throws at the distance to Anthony. You can easily catch. Then she reaches into the same bag again and then takes Oda's hand. Good luck. And she presses the gem in her own disc, and the two of them and pour it out.
Oh, I wanted to say something before she left, but dang. All right.
So,
dang, all right. It was gonna be cool.
Around the same time, to like the northwest, you hear this, not super loud, but this like something jumping and landing in the woods and running off in the distance.
I look at the gem, then I look at Carl. Yes. Let us go. And I wait for him to place his hand on me, and then I push the button.
Okay. You press the gem, and the two of you just sort of get that same fill of energy, almost electric in nature, as you're pulled in the direction, and you're ported back to the village where you were before, and I am on the wrong layer, so this one and this one.
Oh, there we go.
Hold us to the London Lodge, I say.
But a couple houses over to the west of where you were, once you get outside of the building, you kind of like sort of like reoperate in that location over there, and we can jump back.
Aha.
Okay, so okay. The last thing, the rest of you saw. Sorry that took a minute longer than I sort of anticipated. I thought it would take a minute, but thank you for working with us. The rest of you,
well, I mean, unless they choose to, they're gonna relay most of it back to us. So
we'll get to that. The rest of you saw Anthony and Carl just disappear, gone, and you hear Kivik as Kivik falls to the ground, and then looks confused and goes over to Arabella. What do you guys do?
Oh my god, I walked away for 30 seconds and you're back?
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
That expert timing. So they just got ported out, basically. What you doing?
I'm gonna poke around in that house again, and I'm gonna do a notice roll.
Okay.
It's one heck of a notice roll.
Yeah. You easily find this sort of weird safe that Anthony found before, that there's nothing in it, but fair assumption that's probably where the letter was put that Anthony came out with. There is not a lot of other, I would say, general useful stuff in the room. Most everything else is sort of decayed a bit over time. Easy to tell that these are the original things that have been in this building ever since whatever happened to this town took place.
Oh, I don't want to walk away from this place because there's a good chance that if Anthony and Carl come back, that's going to be the place where they come back to.
Fair assumption.
So, I'm going to find a house that has a reasonable roof and start clearing out some space to have kind of a place to stay until they come back.
Okay, so the building, yeah, I was about to point that one out. The building in the center to the north of the well, that's got a roof, and probably one of the better standing buildings in town as far as you can tell. There's some questionable bits, but you're able to get a decent area cleared out. So should it start raining or anything, you're not just all standing out in the open rain.
Yeah, exactly.
What about everybody else? Clayton, Isabella, and Sterling.
I'm going to there's a building on the north of where we are right now. I'm just gonna go take a look in. It seems like the village just is quiet, so I just kind of want to go explore and right up here.
Okay.
Explore and see if I can find anything. Maybe I can notice something. Hint, hint.
Roll that. Do that roll.
Yeah, 2.
There's a lot of wood here, man, and it's all burnt, and that's some mud in that direction.
All right, I'm in the building here. Maybe my next turn I'll go next room and try again.
Yeah, you're kind of engrossed, I think, in the book you just got. So you kind of doing one of those mostly reading. Okay, yeah, nothing. Mostly reading.
True.
Isabella? Or Clayton?
Isabella's not doing much. She's just kind of following everybody else's lead. And yeah.
Okay. Clayton?
I'm gonna, after they disappear, I'm going to kind of walk the street and do a notice roll around to see if I can see if anything big catches my eye.
Okay. You just going all the streets everywhere this entire time?
Looking through the holes of the houses.
Okay. You were monitoring the outside. So as you sort of get here and you can look into this house, you weren't there when the zombies that were in there were killed, since you were outside. But you can see that the ashen remains are, you can tell, starting to just almost like reform. Almost like, you know, when like logs in a fire become cinder and like break apart? They're doing that in reverse. They're coming back together and reforming. You see like the beginning of a limb starting to coalesce again as ashes sort of like come together again and like materialize into like an arm. Like they were, as they were killed, they were like breaking apart by ash and fire, but now they're reversing and coming back.
Shoot it.
You shoot it, and it just comes back. It goes back to like an ashen form. There were like two in there in that room that were doing that. And those are the two you saw there. Okay, so. And after a good 5 or 10 minutes pass, Clayton and I think it's probably fair to say Isabel and Arabella probably hear a sound a bit to the west as something sounds like it just lands on decaying wood. It sounds like a foot just falls through like a decaying floor, and probably a curse in, you know, good British religious hate. As Carl and Anthony sound like they potentially may have come back.
Well, let's go check that out then, I guess.
All right, I'll walk towards the sound.
Yeah, I'll be grumping around looking for people, I guess.
Yeah, you definitely grump around. You can see everybody else is in the local area. You can easily regroup at this point. You kind of catch up with one another. How would you like to go about things at this point?
Just meet up around the well.
Yeah, it's sort of coming into that.
We need to go to London and talk to Walter.
Okay, so can we
Whose
do a
turn
little
is it
bit
right
more
now?
explaining than just
London? Yeah,
we need
London?
to go to London? Like, what the fuck just happened? You just disappeared and came, like, what the fuck?
Anthony, you want to explain this one? It's your tale.
So Anthony he's kind of just looking off in the distance, seems to be somewhat a daze. I believe he still has a bottle with him.
Yep.
From earlier, and they have nothing to say right now, and he kind of just walks off, drinking.
Oh dear.
I'm gonna. Patrick, can you answer the question I sent you in chat?
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Yes, if it says like wild, I think.
It doesn't specify any.
Play it and we'll see how it goes, I guess.
So
I don't know.
I'm gonna grab him by the scruff of his jacket and kind of shake him a little bit.
Oh dear.
I think it's fair.
Wow.
I hadn't thought about that type of scenario. Does Anthony resist?
I don't think he can.
Well, whether by friendly persuasion, intimidation, or force,
everything you need to know, whether by friendly persuasion, intimidation, or force.
Yeah, so like if he's like trying to seriously resist or something, like I feel like
I can't tell where everybody's coalescing, but I want to be there, and I don't know where to put my tip.
We're just near the well near the center. I'm only saying because it's like player to player thing. I don't want to be like a full Hail Mary. You can do whatever you want because that always works bad in scenarios I don't predict in the future. I don't know how to handle it in a way. So, does Anthony honestly or intend to? Does he want to make it a contested thing? Basically, is what I'm getting at. Because if he does, I'm going to say that Clayton gets advantages on that contested thing. Do you feel like I'm being unfair, Nick?
I don't know how to take it. I mean, I can see where you're coming from. At the same point, if it were an NPC, you would be forced to you'd be forced to give the information.
Yeah, but I'm not as concerned about like an NPC giving information. You know, like I'm more concerned about like there's always that 100% chance that someone's going to play an attack card against another player if I allow cards to be played against players. So.
Yeah.
It's a tricky situation. I get it.
I actually am just doing a quick search to see if anybody else has fallen in the same situation.
That's fair. Like I love the idea of it. I love that. Like I personally, me just as the chaotic whatever. Like I'm saying, I'm saying like. As me, I say do it because it's awesome, and like you suffer the social repercussions of having played that, and that's fair. But the only
good.
I just have worry about like someone playing like a double damage card on like some type of like party versus party thing, and then it becomes like a whole thing where it blows up, and that's
it opens it up to like PvP. I get it. I get it. I don't think
the game could be opened up to PvP at any given time, given interactions within the characters. So I mean, statement.
But that's also on the people behind the characters, and then the DM allowing it in the first place. But
right, but you also have to remember, I guess this was before you kind of jumped in. Like anything to do with Vila right now is hot on Clayton's brain of like
it's very true.
Any fucking information he can get about Vila right now because he feels completely fucked over.
It's also very true that they came back and did not say anything at all about Vila. Then you're jumping that.
No, because the words that were read out that it was Vila that left the note before him.
That is true. I am wrong. You are correct.
Yeah.
So Vila's already been exposed as being part of the target.
Yeah, the name's been dropped. Go ahead, Dan.
I am good with role playing it out. I would rather that. I don't want it to turn into like a PvP thing, but I'm good with role playing it out. So Anthony, for context, guys, Anthony has now just found out that 17 years of his life, more or less, has been in the pursuit of someone who killed his entire village for the sake of the fucking world. So he's been hunting someone. So he's distraught. He's like, fuck. 17 years of my life chasing someone, hunting them down to then find out X information. So so that's essentially what he's gonna say as you like grab him and try to get that information from him.
Yeah, go in character.
That still doesn't answer the question. Just because she saved the world once doesn't mean that she's continuing to try to do it again. Where the fuck is she?
I do not know. I believe, and Carl believes, that she is trying to save the planet. 17 years of my life, I've been chasing this woman. I've been hunting her. I even made a demonic pact to find this woman. To find out that she's trying to save the planet. Trying to save the world.
There's no saving the world with a werewolf. Not even one in a mutated form.
I don't know what to tell you. I believe her. Carl believes her.
Well, is this true? Does he speak for you?
I believe her. So everything I know, everything I've done up until this point has been pointless.
What she told us was...
And he walks off.
There is an evil deity that is a threat to the world. She is attempting to fight it. That Walter of the London Lodge is familiar with this deity Bashir.
Yep.
And we should get him to get more
Gotcha.
information.
Hey, but where's Margaret?
I do not know. She disappeared.
I believe Margaret was in the tree line behind us in case there was a confrontation. But I will tell you, there was no deception in what Vila told us about this evil deity or Vila's actions in Mr. Redgrave's village. She may have admitted things, but she did not lie.
Mm-hmm.
That still doesn't give any.
And she was just told that Walter knows more, which is why I want to go to London to speak with Walter.
So again, we just let a known killer walk around, no issues, no problems. We let somebody who's fucked this group over on more than one occasion just go because it's for the betterment of the world.
Well, we could look at it that way, Clayton, but also we were surrounded, outnumbered, in an unfamiliar territory. Oda was there, and there were others we could not see. I will happily stand to defend the side of right needed, but this was a fight we would not have won should we have engaged in it. And we can fight.
Let me just deal with it back in the original town. We wouldn't be in this situation.
Well, perhaps, but here's where we are. If Walter will be honest with us, we will get more clues. We've found Vila before. We can find them again.
And Anthony, just so you know, this town ain't done yet. I just had to shoot some things that were trying to regrow back together up in this house over here.
She did mention that, actually. The curse of the town is related to their fight against Bashir. The town will not recover until the curse is lifted. It will continue to revert to its original undead state. Rather quickly, as I understand it.
Yeah, there were limbs moving around, man. So once again, we have no information, and there's a werewolf who's knowingly killed people, just prancing around. And the thing that Isabella's dad died for could go out and kill more.
Yeah, a lot of this is new to Anthony.
Please.
I know nothing of these things.
I would prefer if you did not bring my father into this.
Your father's the reason this thing is even happening.
I understand your frustration, Clayton, but what would you have suggested that we do in that situation?
Two of us versus Vila and her associates.
I would have asked that you guys didn't fuck me over back in town, back in the city.
All right.
None of you helped. When none of you helped, we were dealing with a threat, and all of you sat by and did nothing.
What threat is this?
We were chased out like dogs because they thought we were the threat when we were just trying to exterminate it.
Istanbul. This would be, I believe, before your time.
You just met them there afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Again, no, I have no recollection of what you're speaking of. I cannot attest to any of it.
How do we know she can be believed?
How do we know any of us can be believed?
Well, let's see. I'm not the leader of a high magical society. How about that? I have literally no magic. What you see is what you get.
Congratulations, I suppose. Or
Sorry,
my
guys,
condolences. I don't know what you want me to
Okay.
tell you.
What happened to that thing, that artifact you had that got you there? Do you still have it?
Yes.
To Anthony.
Yes.
So
And I show it to Sterling.
Because
Yeah,
otherwise, I
as
mean,
he
there's
shows,
no way for us. There's no real way for us to know where you were.
as he
So-
shows the disc with the green emerald in the center, it's like done. Like there was a light previously in the gemstone, it's gone out.
It was like a one way, or like a one trip ticket,
Yeah.
one round trip ticket.
And same for the second one that she threw to Anthony before porting out before other stuff herself. That one is also faded.
So do we have any way of knowing where Vila is? From the sound of it, it doesn't seem so. And if there's a way to get more information, it's who we can trust. I don't know, but it seems like Walter could either confirm or
not say anything at
well,
all.
yeah, whatever Walter knows is either seems like Walter's the next logical step to be able to find out more, one way or another. Because from the sound of it, from what you guys are saying, we can't get to Vila. We can't get back to Vila from here.
Or I'll do two things real quick. For Anthony's, as Sterling asked, like, where's Vila from here? Assuming that you do that innate thing that you have, it's still registering to the west, which is what the same direction reading kind of brought you here. And I did want to check on Arabella and Isabella to see sort of what they're doing or what their thoughts are during this whole exchange. Or if there's anything they wanted to add.
Isabella's not happy. I mean, not like she was like thrilled before or anything.
Mm.
For lack of
Arabella is thinking that if this town is cursed and the dead things are going to come back, we need to get the hell out of this town before we do anything else.
I definitely think we should leave.
Because the longer we stay here, the more chances that we have to fight things again. And quite frankly, I'm almost out of PowerPoints. I cannot stay here and fight. I have to go away.
We need to go. The thing is depleted. It was a one use.
I forgot to ask you that, Patrick. How long were Carl and Anthony gone?
I didn't time it. I'll say 20 minutes.
Okay. Because Annie Isabella reminded me of that, speaking about PowerPoints.
Yeah, not long enough to gain PowerPoints.
We get 5 back an hour. I looked.
Yeah, I think from when combat ended to about now, with all the researching and everything else, you guys can gain 1 hour's worth, so 5 PowerPoints. But you still in roughly the similar scenario.
Fair, thank you.
But at the same note, like any damage taken would need to be natural healing rather than magic healing, and unless anybody has greater healing, which I don't think anybody does. So that's everybody's brain at this
Isabella will
point.
give Clayton an earful later.
As
If you know this from the top of your head, can you remind me what the healing is for wounds? It is a time thing too, isn't it?
yeah, like there's mainly two different ways to heal wounds in Savage Worlds. Is you can use the healing power, which lets you within the first hour heal a wound, but anything after the first hour, you need to either use greater healing, which is a separate power, a successor to healing, or naturally recover, which takes numbers of days and different rolls.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
I will add though as well, like as Anthony's sort of just walking around, his parents are a good 5 or so back behind him, just sort of like trailing, as they were more or less brought back and as some sort of like emergency force to help out with the situation at hand, and they're just almost mindlessly following. Like anywhere he goes without any purpose, they're just a couple steps behind.
Anthony, you're kind of back with us around the well, aren't you?
You said you walked off, so.
Oh no,
yeah.
you did. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you did say you walked off.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Anthony said what his piece, and then yeah, off, yeah.
Yeah, I'm back with you now. Thanks.
Hmm?
But that's what I think. I think we need to get out of here.
As you say that, the large mass of limbs and zombie body parts that Clayton an hour and a half or so ago just unloaded a couple golds worth, or a couple pounds worth of shots into, you start to see Arabella sees this arm like just like form out of ash.
Yeah, we need to get out of here now.
I agree to at least get away a bit, get out of this cursed place. I don't know where we want to go. I just don't want to be within this village right now.
Is that the general consensus then?
Yes.
Skedaddle?
Let's.
What now? Yes.
Okay, so you're able to evacuate to the outskirts of town. Roughly at the same point, part of with Clayton sort of like taking the perimeter for a while, he was able to sort of survey the outside of the exterior, like at a safe distance, and he found a location like a sort of like almost like a hovel and this barrier between different trees. It's a very defensible spot, so to say, in like the decaying landscape around you. The entire area is still very not great feeling, but this place seems defensible. And he directs you there, and you guys are able to set up a form of camp. With plans, whatever your plans are, I don't know.
We can still talk about it, we just don't want to talk about it inside the village.
Yeah, like you guys get there and you get a rough fire going. You have like basic rations that you can, get to in an edible state. I don't think they would have like MREs because, they probably would to some extent. Whatever, I don't know, like, I'm not great on 1890s food caretaking, but you have the equivalent thereof of rations, and we're able to, get like a very basic and simple meal using what you have on you rather than anything from the land, and able to get a meal around a campfire in a relatively defensible area. What's the plan? Is there a plan?
Plan is always to kill Mila. And Margaret in turn.
And that's fine. The thing is, though, we won't be able to do any of that if we stay here and we're attacked by zombies again.
Yeah, you guys, and Clayton as well, with his sort of like scouting around the outskirts before stuff happened, he's fairly confident that they don't really leave the central area of town. So while this place is like sort of desolate, it's not really in that sort of immediate threat. But we are getting like 9 minutes close to the hour, which is a usual cut time. So I wanted to see if there's anything that you guys wanted to throw out for discussion before then. As you guys are at camp outside this Redgrave's village, for lack of a better name. It actually has a name. It's not actually Redgrave's village. It's called Hakali.
Can you put the map back up?
Yeah, the main map?
Yeah. Kind of trying to reset myself a bit about where we are.
So Sterling like brings out this nice large parchment map of the entire world, and with
lovely.
Yeah, through like the jottings and like the scribbles, probably in his native language rather than English, just by nature. He's got notes of where things are going and where you've been and where you're going and some of the additional goals, and he's able to translate those for you.
Yeah. You said we're in Achille?
Yes, and that is right there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
To the west of Oslo and Christiania. Which Oslo's, Christiania is the old definition, the old term for Oslo.
What I would suggest, no matter what, okay, Anthony's sense still says Vila is somewhere west. Is that what you said?
Last, yes.
So pretty much straight west from here, from where we are.
Greenland.
Yeah, like either the southern tip of Greenland, or could even be up to the Arctic Circle, like up in Canada, north of Labrador.
We're going to America.
Please no.
Sorry.
It's gonna be an episode of Coming to America.
About it, and
I took a
really understanding. I think I understand where I get it. I think I can empathize with how you feel, Clayton. If I look at it kind of practically right now, we're pretty much in the middle of nowhere. Going back to our own lodge in Oslo, in Christiania, would already give us a better chance of traveling anywhere. And from there, even going to London would give us even better travel options. If we live somewhere west from where we are, as you see there, the main portion of land is from here straight west is Greenland. It's a bit of a, well, not exactly a detour, but yeah, or for our own practical options right now, I think going back to the lodge in Oslo, then traveling to London is probably our best options, our best way to make it west, make it toward Vila again. On our side, or as an enemy, if we want to go, I kind of agree, we're going to need to reach her again. If we can get some information on the way there, the more the better. The more we know, the better we're equipped to deal with whatever we can encounter.
It's possible that Walter has different information.
Yeah, but who's to say he's actually going to give it to us?
I will speak for Carl as well, since he had to step away, and also include that Vila did mention that her loss of her arcane powers fragmented some of her memory, and that Walter was the keeper of histories, the researcher, while she was the arcane practitioner, so to say. So he would know a lot of this stuff more likely than she would.
But it doesn't tell us that he's gonna say anything.
We were planning to go there anyway, and we don't know unless we ask. We can continue to follow her to the west, but we only have so much more west we can go. Until we need a boat.
I guess we don't really want to ask Isabella what she thinks right now, do we?
Can.
Well, not according to what she posted on Roll20.
Oh. Passive aggression, yeah.
Extreme vibes of passive aggressiveness.
Isabella's eating the trail mix.
Oh, you do whatever you want. I don't care.
As I think it's a good spot though. So as we're wrapping up, that concludes that bit for tonight, I think. But also for tonight's bit being concluded in Hakeli, you guys advance.
Yay!
To the next XP mark. So that's the usual advancement stuff. And we can all discuss that offline.
The advancement stuff, doesn't that bring us to the next rank?
No, you just got to the next rank.
So
I thought that's the only thing advancement did.
Want that to happen.
45 is...
There's advancement per... Well, in the old system, it was by 5 XP, but in the new system, they have 1 XP for advancement, but which maps better to like the milestone, which is what we're doing.
But what are we at right now?
Right now, you're at
40.
whatever you were plus 5.
So 45?
Yeah.
So we're up to 45.
We're at 45?
No,
yeah,
we were at 40.
Like with the new ranking we're at, with
You
the
were
new
at-
advancement.
You were at
Okay.
40,
Gotcha.
and you're
Got it.
going to 45.
Got it.
Yes, and you had just gotten to the new rank, which was 40. The next rank will be 60, mapping to the old method.
Okay, so
Research was
we're
deluxe.
still at veteran. We go from veteran to heroic
That's
at
60.
60.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
just because we're old folk and we haven't switched that simple thing over yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to think about that advancement.
We also advanced the house, don't we?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
everyone gets a... Double checking. When the player earns an advance, he also earns a lodge point. So everyone gains a lodge point that you can use to advance the house. To advance the house rank, you would need to spend the equivalent number of points for the next rank, or I think it's 2 points for an additional edge, and you can only have the number of edges equal to your rank. It's all on the Google sheet.
Okay. So that's like one of the possibilities we can do for our
Lodge.
Lodge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
No. The level up
personal-
and the lodge are different things. We
yeah,
gain
our
it-
personal
gain
points and the
level up,
lodge points are different.
and then we
right?
also
Yeah, but-
gain a lodge point.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
with that advancement, we're getting. You said 1 lodge point each.
Yes. So collectively, you have 6. I think it is.
Okay.
2, 3, 4. Yeah, 6. Because there's 6 PCs and 1 GM. Okay. I think it's a good spot. And we could handle all the advancement stuff offline. It's fine.
Yep.
Sure.
I hope everyone had fun, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Online
nice.
and offline and in between
Good
line.
feedback.
Yeah,
You did.
it was good to
Between
see everybody
line.
back.
You gonna be back for a while now?
Pfizer
Should be.
Nice.
nearly killing me.
Yeah, it's nice to have you back, Nick.
I mean,
I'm glad
most
the
of
I'm glad
stuff
the
is
move's
moved,
going well.
but, you know, we're just finalizing it this weekend.
I'm glad you survived Pfizer, Kristen.
Yay.
I need to get mine. My wife was like, "We need to get our shots," and I was like, "Can we do it after we move so I don't feel like shit while I'm moving shit?"
That's fair.
She was like,
I
"Yeah, that makes
here
sense."
too.
Who's next?
Y'all are House Pfizer. I'm House Moderna.
I'm J&J. I'm done.
I'd say he's House J&J, so got a nice.
Patrick, we talked about possibly sometime this summer doing a barbecue if people wanted to get together. I'm not sure where.
Before that, are you still doing? We have glossed a bit for the doggo. I'm assuming that's your next advancement. So.
Yeah, that'll be my next advancement. Is for the dog.
Bark, bark, bark.
Bark, bark,
Yeah.
bark.
Okay.
Bork, bork, bork.
Oh,
I'll work through it.
How does it kind of work for Annie with Kivik with the advancements?
Yes, it's not an advancement for the pet. It's an advancement to control the pet better.
You can use your advancement to basically gain more prowess in controlling your pet.
Which is what Annie already has.
Would you like to have that?
Yeah, you can give your companion like a die increase for an attribute or like gain an edge or all that type of stuff.
Yeah, I think mine I'm going to use to try to control the dog better.
Yeah, you're sacrificing your own progression to let your companion progress. But if your companion should perish or anything else in between, then any other companions you find beyond them would also gain those things. So it's not a.
I think we've had that darn toy for about 30 years now.
It's handy.
We've had it forever. I think it's. Is that right, Annie? Did we get Kivik back in Montreal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so it's before
I think
19. So he was born before 1997.
Oh, geez.
That's when we moved to the States.
By the way, Dan and Patrick, new class is Reaper. It's a site.
I saw that. Yeah.
New class is Reaper for what?
14.
It's new melee class for 14.
Yeah.
Reaper.
During session.
Oh, someone send me a video.
They're doing it right now. You can watch it. They're live. FanFest is still going on right now.
I got the Reaper reveal video right here. Let me look.
Give it to me.
Done. It's been done.
Give it to me.
I already
They
did.
revealed it with who was it? EOS? Not EOS. Who's the God? I can't remember what his name is.
I don't know. I'm gonna watch this afterwards. I'm gonna say bye so I can go watch this thing and possibly get more alcohol.
Rage Dan peeking.
I mean, I have to go watch that thing too.
So it's basically Dark Knight.
It's
Dark Knight,
It's the Darker Knight.
Dragoon melee.
Well, I mean, so wait, no, in 11, I'm almost positive in 11 you wield a scythe as a Dark Knight, but anyway.
You could, but you could also wield a Greatsword like you can for Dark Knight.
So it's kind of like, it's like, oh, we made another class, but it's only, whatever, yeah.
Yeah, and with it, you can call down an avatar to help fight with you.
Go to Noct.
Have a good night, guys.
Later, guys.
Good night.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to this screen. Okay. It's the big screen. You get to see me in full 3D, so I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, let me do the joke first. It's a card joke. Say hello to Obi-Wan Cardnobi. Boo! It's bad a joke, so it's a dad joke. It's Obi-Wan Cardnobi. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Hope people had fun. Oh, I think we all had fun, man. Oh, we definitely had fun. I had fun. So let me explain the story to you guys. So everybody that has not been here, didn't see the first stream, or me explaining my character story and whatnot. Long story short, when I was 11 years old, Vila, the woman that we just saw, came to my village. She was like, hey, I want your relic. Long story short, my parents were like, no, we're not going to give it to you. Vila was like, pretty please. No, we're still not going to give it to you. Murder ensued. Relic gone. Town cursed. Anthony kind of was there for this. It was kind of a slow decay of the town. Eventually, Anthony ends up leaving, and he makes his mission to find Vila and kill her. And so for 17 years, and after making a demonic pact, which allows him to kind of know the general direction in which she is, and having faced her numerous times, I can actually tell you exactly how many times. Let's see. He found her in Madrid, London, New York, New Orleans, Los Angeles, wait, where was I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shanghai, Cairo, and Constantinople. So he found her in all of those locations. Sometimes found her, sometimes didn't find her. Faced off with her a couple times. Say you're rich without saying you're rich. And up until now, this was the closest he's ever gotten to her. To then find her, and basically have her tell him that it was a necessary evil, that the death of his parents, the death of his town, and everyone he knew was a necessary evil to prevent the destruction of the world. Now, he's not an idiot. He obviously doesn't want the destruction of the world. He also really wants her dead. And he more than likely is still going to kill her, even though she's trying to save the world. But he's kind of trying to come to terms. Yeah, I call him BS. Yeah, to terms with the fact that all this has happened. He believes that she's trying to save the world. Carl believes that she's trying to save the world. He's also not an idiot and knows that where he went is somewhere that she has much more control over. So the likelihood of coming out of that encounter unscathed are pretty slim. It's her companion, and then seemingly something else out in the woods that we could hear. So he's not dumb. He knows that it's just him and another, and Carl, another person. So it's not smart. And it was under the pretense of a conversation. So, and he still has the ability to track her. So, even though he is kind of distraught and really in his mind or in his head, and what he was going to do before she vanished was, basically threaten her, sword held out, essentially saying, if I in any way find out that, you're lying and that you're not trying to save the world or you're trying to destroy it or something like that, I will do, no mercy, or anything like that. I own over 5,000 stickers. That's a lot of stickers. So yeah, that is more or less, and that's kind of why he wanted to walk away. I've already established that Anthony drinks a lot of alcohol, so yeah. I was meaning because he traveled to all these places to track her down. Yeah. So he's gonna be a little messed up probably the next session or two, because he's been trying to track her down to then find out all this stuff. So You don't gonna be rich to travel. Ian over here staying in. Yeah, he's not. He's definitely been pretty poor. He is part of the Witch Hunter faction. So he's kind of taken those jobs wherever he can to pay for his travel, basically around the world. So yeah, it's been he's. I really wanted to attack, but I knew it wasn't a smart idea, and my character would also know that it's not a smart idea to attack in essentially a location that has already been pre-established by the enemy. He's not an idiot, right? So, where all the other characters are like, "Oh, you didn't try to kill her." I'm like, "Well, there was 2 of us and 3 or more of them. Like, not a smart idea." They could have already set this place up with traps or any number of things or any number of enemies, right? So, he ain't gonna stay here. Oh, as do I. Gotcha. Yeah. So, yeah, that's essentially the story of Anthony Redgrave. He has a number of different abilities. Tim, who was here earlier, kind of awesome. I love it. Yeah, his story is like pretty sad. But he has a number of different abilities. He made an angelic and demonic pact. The angelic one was kind of from an early age, and then he made that demonic pact after everything happened, and then wanted to track her down. So he's got some angel, some demon. The demon side doesn't really show up very often. Angel side, also not so often. I can do little things like heals and stuff like that. So it's he's got some duality in his personality and the abilities that he has and everything like that. So that is Anthony Redgrave, guys. Really cool character. I really have fun playing him. I like role playing him. Do a little accent and everything like that. It's pretty fun. Glad you guys were here. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. It is very kind of like RP kind of heavy. I mean, obviously we get into combat, but that is Savage Worlds. So he has 2 faces. I loved the explanation. Well, thank you. I'm glad you liked the explanation. I was trying to give you guys a little insight into what's going on with Anthony, kind of where his mental state is, right? It's not good at all. He is, and the things I know about it that you don't. Yeah. So if you guys haven't noticed, Omni here is Patrick or Neko or the GM, the DM, the guy who like, I know everything and you know nothing except for what I tell you. So it's gonna be great when when I then end up knowing more. But yeah, right now he's not feeling too hot mentally. So hopefully he comes out of that. I'm not that strict. I mean, there's always things that the players don't know, the DM knows, right? That's kind of the whole point, You know the overarching story and what's going to happen, and then we're just playing through it and trying to survive it. So, all right. Anybody have any questions about Savage Worlds or my character? Yeah, I love that sound. I love Final Fantasy, so it's a great sound. Thank you, Stabby, for that. Is the question mark a question, or... I know why they call it Savage now. Yeah, I don't know why they call it Savage, but never mind, Dan. Oh, okay. I mean, I get it. Anybody have a question and you ain't question, like... Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, if there's no more questions. So, We're not as fast with combat as the system implies it should be, but whatever. Like, we do what we want. Oh yeah, no. I think combat has a good flow. In this at our own pace, which is fine. Yeah, I thought the combat today was good. Like, it wasn't super long. You know, it wasn't like really like it didn't drag out or anything like that. Because there's definitely been combats where it's like, you know, you're just like, okay, here we go. Like, it just continues and just keeps going and going and it just seemingly never ends. I can see where that happens. So, like, this one was good. Like, it was enough, and then it just kind of turned into more so role play and everything, which is pretty fun. So, which is fine. My read is on Savage Worlds combat is that it should be like a 30-minute super fast thing, but whatever, we do us. Yeah, I mean, whatever. As long as like the DM and the players are having fun, then I don't think there should be any kind of like, well, this is what it should be, you know, or the ideal time frame. The intent being to get back to RP, but we interweave. Yeah, for sure. Stabby, what's up? What you got? What you got, Stabby? What you got? What you got? Is it a question? Is it a question? Question? I'm waiting for the question. Waiting for the question. Oh, you forgot it? That's okay. Let me remember. Okay. I will let you remember. I give you permission to remember. Yeah. So let's close out of this. Let's go out of this. Let's go here.
Picture this.
Ooh, picture this. All right, yeah, let's do some Pictionary, guys. Over with the Pictionary redeem. Stabby, keep thinking of that question. I get my my little handy dandy drawing pad here. My handy dandy pencil. Okay. Let's see what our word is. Okay. So this is 2 words. Okay. 2 words. I'll ask after this. Okay. Wow, so nice. You know, I have my moments, guys. All right, let's set a timer. So Omni or anybody else who's new to the stream, I do 30-second Pictionaries. I have to draw whatever a random word generator gives me in 30 seconds, and then you guys have to guess. And whoever guesses gets some loyalty points, which you can spend on, you know, literally just redeems. So yeah. Okay. That's not the word, but if it was the word, that would be pretty easy to draw. So, it's 2 words. Words. Okay. Says you. Okay. Here we go. All right, hold on. I gotta get into my mental state. My mental state of drawing, you know. Let me erase the last one. Okay, here we go. 30 seconds on the clock. Boom. All right, this is okay. Ooh, shoot! Drop my pencil. I dropped the pencil. Okay. Yep. Oh, it's looking good. It's looking good. It's looking good. Yep, it's looking good. It's looking good. All right, 30 seconds is up. 30 seconds is up. This is guys. Oh my god, the jump scare. All right, guys, this is like, it's so good. It's so good. I put my pencil down right away. Like, pff, this is the best. All right, the best. Here we go. 2 words. Okay. Wait, where we go? Oh, there it is. Boom. Okay. What is it? What's the first word? It's really good, guys. Come on. What's the first one? Or the second one? Whichever one. What do you got? Shield. No, okay. Well, you're kind of close there, Omni. Lightning storm. Okay. Well, River. All right. I'll give you half points. You got the second word. The second word is storm. What's the first one? It has nothing to do with storms. It's not a shield. Shield, calm, espresso, evening. Yeah, it's not a shield, guys. Not a shield. What is it? Flash. Nope, it's not a flash. It has it would be something you get from an animal. How the fuck is that a shield? It's not a shield. It's not a shield. Rabies? No, it's something. Okay, so you would carve it from an animal. It's something that you could get off of a reptilian type animal. Or from maybe a dragon. A dragon has what that protects it? Skin? Okay, sure. We're thinking more dragon. Let's think more dragon. Hey, yeah, there we go. Okay. All right. Yeah, you guys got it. It's not a tooth. It was a scale. It was a scale. A scale store. It's completely different words, guys. There's, yeah, they don't actually have like a correlation between the two. So yeah, it's a scale. The first word was scale. A scale off of like a dragon, let's say. No, that was a shield. Yeah, all right. Well, I mean, you guys still got it. I'm the GM here. Whoa, hey, whoa. I'm the GM here.
Please don't say that.
And then store. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right, let me get some more taboo cards. Okay. All right. We're here to pay our respects to Anthony. Oh, wow. I've already died? No. He was a good Redgrave. May he rest in peace. I mean, I'm the last Redgrave, as far as I know. So, ugh. Awkward. Okay. Okay, so we have... I'm not going to show you those cards, because they're new. Okay? So we're going to play... Oh, nope, can't show you that one, because... Green screen. Nope, also that doesn't work. Alright, so we're going to play literally Taboo, the game of Taboo. Right? So, I have a little timer. I'm gonna flip. Wait, no, we're not gonna use that timer. I forgot. I give you guys extra time because you know there's a stream delay and all that kind of stuff. All right, so a minute 30 on the clock. I'm gonna say a bunch of words. Okay, if no one knows how taboo works, I'm gonna say things, and you're trying to guess a certain word. For example, this is someone who would be walking on a runway wearing clothing. Walking on a runway wearing clothing to kind of. Yep, exactly. A model. Yep. That's all you gotta do. I'm gonna say some stuff. You're gonna guess what word it is. And depending on how many you guys get right, is how many points you get. I'm ready. Alright, obviously J-Bean's ready. Yeah, you guys don't get points for that one. That was an example. Alright. So here we go. Let's boom start. Okay, this is somewhere you would go. There's a large number of stores available. It is a centrally located. Okay, centrally located inside of a. It's larger than a town. What would be larger than a town? You're gonna go. Hey, I'm going. In an earlier round, going blank in an earlier round. Nope. Part of a song here. Blank in an earlier round. I'm about to skip. I feel like that's a pretty good clue. Nope. All right, we're skipping. All right. This is something that you can use. It is made from trees. You use your hand to consume food with it. It's made from trees. You consume food with it. Allows you to grab it. Nope. It's made from trees. They're small and they're thin. Chopsticks, you got it. All right. Next one is. Oh, nope. Time's up. Time is up. All right, you guys got one. I feel like I gave you guys pretty good clues. Yeah. So you guys got chopsticks. The other one was downtown. I was trying to say. Going downtown in an earlier round. Oh. Right. Let's give you guys some points. Let's see. I'm gonna give everybody some points. Everybody got some points. Everybody got some. I'm gonna give everybody some points. Loyalty. Add points. Everybody gets points. Everybody participated. I would have never gotten that. Going downtown in an earlier round. Sugar, we're going down swinging. Yeah. I thought Bean would get it. She didn't. Upsetting. Oh, it's that song. Stabby! You could have gotten more points, Stabby. I should have known. You should have known. I expected like you or Bean or somebody. I thought it was in a miracle round. Oh, ooh. Please, I'm crying. Let's see. Now I'm curious. That's not it. Yeah, sugar, we're going down swinging. We're going down in an earlier round, and sugar, we're going down swinging. Oh, yeah, was the lyric. Maybe I'm wrong. It's not Miracle Round, but it's not downtown either, so I was also wrong. Ask me anything. Psst, psst. All right, what's the question? What's the question, Stabby? What you got? I was set up. Yeah, no, I mean, I thought that was the lyrics. I was close, but not close. So, yeah. Here's the question. I'm ready. I mean, maybe I'm ready. I don't know. Might not be ready. What is question? Ba-ba. What is your my favorite flavor of crayon? Well, first off, I'm not in the Marines. Favorite flavor of crayon? I would say Hunter Green is my favorite flavor of crayon. I get that joke, Dan. I get it. I might just do questions like yesterday's now. It's more fun, I think. I mean, yesterday's were good. Yesterday's were good, Stabby. They were thought-provoking. I had to think a lot. Smoke started coming out of my ears. I was like, oh man, asking the hard questions. Felt like I was on 60 Minutes or something. It's like, oh man. All right, let me put my Star Wars cards away. So they don't fall. Okay. All right, so guys, let's see. What do we want to do? So I can jump to some Resident Evil. You know, if you guys want some Resident Evil gameplay. Actually, yeah, let's do some Resident Evil. I want to do some Resident. I want to kill some zombos. Oh yeah, let's do the poll. Hold on. Let me make it. Let me make it. That's the wrong one. I'm going to the wrong thing. Okay. Boom. Boom. Trash. Trash. Boom! Alright. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yep. Uh-huh. Boom. And this one. Question of the day. What skill would you like to master? Okay. All right. Okay. Poll is set up. Let me see here. Pa 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 pa. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. You're oh my goodness, J Bean, savage over here with the your mom comment. I don't even know what to say about that. Fighting styles, Stabby, that's a cool one. The skill of dance, also a good one. Guitar and ukulele is the real answer. Okay. What skill would I want to master? I want to master. Oh man, I don't know. Maybe the art of streaming. That's what I want to master, guys. All right, let's do this poll. So to do that, add. Yep. All right. So, hold on. We're gonna make this real big, guys. Boom! It's huge on the screen, just everywhere.
Loki.
Oh, Oh, I know you were joking.
I am the bad guy. I can't believe you fell for that.
All right.
You're such an idiot.
So we're doing some polls for the future, right? Polls for the future. Let's see what you guys think. What game should I play next? Ghost Runner, which is a, and I can link all like little trailers and gameplay trailers on the Discord. Don't worry, I'm gonna do it. But Ghost Runner, actually, I mean, we could just watch trailers right now. But Ghost Runner is essentially a gosh, yeah, it's just gonna be easier if I just play trailers. 1 second. All right, let's do this, and then do this, and then we're gonna go here, and then we're gonna go here. Boom. And then we're gonna do this. Yeah. Boom. Boom.
Lockdown lifted.
Well done.
Please, use a brush.
We'll climb back up to
Monster Hunter.
and set humanity back on its path. What path is that? One free from Mara and her reign of terror.
Oklahoma City residents should remain indoors for their own safety. Residents found outside their homes will be shot on sight. A trespasser spotted in the area. Eliminate him at all costs.
If you want to survive, find your best bet.
Zero 74 located. Mission to engage.
This is a story.
Oh. Yeah. All right. So that's Ghost Runner. It's a platformer with action. It's. I didn't just. Whoa! Wow! Ow! It's spicy. Okay. So that's Ghost Runner. Okay. Next game. Hold on. Let me get the poll back up here. My goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. Next game is Shattered: Tales of the Forgotten King. Okay. Boom. Tales of the Forgotten King. Let's see. We got a trailer here? Do we have a trailer? Trailer? Maybe? Somewhere? Boom. It'd be cooler if you did. should, or did you mean could? Oh, I meant could. My bad. So that's Shattered, Tale of the Forgotten King. It's sort of Dark Souls-ish. Yeah, could be interesting. And then last one is Hades. Ooh. He done did die.
All right, one more time.
Stupid boy, you shall never reach the surface. You'll have a better home where you belong, here on Olympus. And to help you on your journey, have my blessing.
The Olympians shall make powerful allies. You can turn back, or I can send you home the painful way. What'll it be?
I'll have to go with the painful way. That was for last time.
Okay. Those are the games. So to vote. Okay. We're gonna enlarge this on her. Yep. Right there. Go right there. What game? What game do you guys think? All right. One for Hades. All right. Well, so you guys go ahead and do your voting. I'll be right back. All right. And I'm back. All right. Looks like Hades. Is winning out here. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else got a vote? Let's see who else is here? We got voted. You voted. Anybody else? Anybody else want to vote? I think we're missing Wooloo. We're missing Kula. We're missing Yeah, got a couple people here. We're missing a couple people. Okay. All right. So far, Hades in the lead. We'll keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Stabby, yes, it's me. Hi. Hello. It's me. My name's Dan. Oh, Stabby with a ask me anything. What's the question? Do you wake up happy or sad? I mean, that depends on the day, I guess. Do I have to go to work? I'm not that happy. Weekends? Yeah. Generally, get to sleep in, wake up, whenever I want, it's nice. So, depends on the day. But generally, I would say I wake up more happy than sad, for sure. So, but yeah, it's a good question. Good question. All right, so we're gonna go back to this screen. Let's go ahead and ourselves into the proverbial corner. Stabby with a all right, so let's see here. Psst, Dan, what? Yeah, I'm here. What's the question? I feel like there's a question coming. JB, oh my. Let's see. All I can think of is good morning, everyone. Another day, and I'm about to make it everyone's problem. Well, hey, man, it's not a problem, It's great that you're here every day. Great to, have another day above ground, It's a good thing. Okay, be back. Do it. Okay, so Debbie, what's the question? Okay, bye. Hurry back. Oh man. Hours. Hurry back. No, it's not. What's not? What happened? I mean, yes. It's great to be alive. Well, that's good. I find myself fortunate to still be alive as well. At the end of the day, what allows you to lay your head on your pillow at night and be perfectly happy and perfectly happy and content? I would say recently, what allows me to lay my head down and be perfectly happy and content? It would be, yeah, I mean, recently, it would be you guys. Always coming back in here, always watching me, interacting, talking with me, having fun. We have fun. It's as a group. Yeah, I'm the one playing the game, but like at the same time, we have fun and we interact, and it's a good time. I, wouldn't trade it for anything else. Like you guys being here and having fun and just talking. Means a lot, that you guys would even watch me. And yeah, it allows me to go to sleep with a good feeling, Yeah. Oh, Sabby, I'm not trying to make you cry. I mean, that's honestly how I feel. Like having you guys here and playing games and and having that interaction. It's it's a good feeling. It's a lot of fun. My current answer is the wine that I have in my hand. Well, dang, River, we're getting all like touchy feely. Like, it's my wine. I got it. It's in my hand. With high doses of melatonin. Yeah. Yeah. Is that exactly how you look? That's what River sounds like? That is what River sounds like. He's like, alright. I got my wine. Yep. That's what she looks like and everything too. She's like all bobbly head. When you get to that point, you're like, I would care, but I have my wine, so I don't. I always imagine that Maddie is like a woman who's been chain smoking for the longest time. She's just like, yeah, so we're gonna go. Can we go outside and play? I've got got bones out there. I don't really have an answer, but if it were anything, it would be probably you guys as well. Well, hey, no, thank you. I'm glad that you feel that way. That's what I want this this stream, this community, everything to to be like that. I want it to be a place that you guys come, you relax, you have fun, you have some laughs, and you go away feeling good. 'Cause I want to go away feeling good. I want you guys to go good. So that's what I want this channel to be. Like I don't want people to go away feeling crummy or crappy or anything like that. So the fact that you do means that I'm doing something right, or I'm doing something at least how I want to do it, right? So I'm glad you feel that way. Very wholesome, like a second family. Perfect. Chef's kiss, as some would say. I told Bessie a funny story today, actually. Someone went out of their way to tell me how dead and tired I looked today. All I did was not wear makeup, and the only thing I could think of was, how did you recognize me? I had shades, a scarf, and a mask on. Wow, okay. That's a lot of stuff. You're like, boom, 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 huzzah. I went full disguise, right? But Bestie told me I only looked kind of dead. Yeah, I mean, kind of dead is better than the alternative, being full dead. So, it's positive step in the right direction. For sure. I was dead, so it's okay. J-Bean, you don't at all. You don't look dead, because I see you walking around and talking and interacting, so obviously not dead. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen of the audience, Let's see here. So what do you guys think I should rename the stream? Because I want to start up Resident Evil Village. We can play a little bit of that. I most certainly do not. Most certainly do not what? Oh, okay, you're talking to Bestie. I'm sorry. Gotcha. What do you guys think I should call the stream? Ethan dies again? Yeah, River, I got that. Boom. Let's see. Ethan dies again. No. I don't know. Actually, I haven't died that much. Trying to think. What should I call it? Ethan falls and can't get back up. Yeah? Stabby, what's your input? Wooloo, what's your input? I'm gonna go. It should have. I'm gonna say Stabby is gonna say it should have something cookies, kind of cookies in there. You know, like Ethan falls on cookies. Oh no. That's what I was thinking. I have nothing. Ethan, half the man he was when he started this. If only he could get a handout. Get it? He needs a. I don't know. That's a corny one, but he needs a hand. I feel like it's not bad. I feel like it could be worse for sure. Hey everybody that just joined the stream, how you guys doing? Ethan, can I get a hand here? Oh yeah, that's an even better one. Ethan, can I get a hand here? I need to get to a surgeon stat. I need my fingers back. Need a surgeon stat to get my fingers back. Need a surgeon stat to get my fingers back. I feel like that one's pretty good. Come on, guys. I feel like that's pretty good. Ethan, the 7-finger wonder. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah. What do you guys think? I need a surgeon stat to get my fingers back. What do you guys think? I'm liking that one. I'm feeling it. It's giving me the warm and fuzzies. All right, let's do it. Okay, so I want to try to make it so the D&D stream and Resident Evil are not in the same VOD. I don't mind usually changing games, but I'm gonna end the stream for like 2 seconds. All right, guys, don't leave, okay? It's gonna be right back, okay? 2 seconds. Stabby, what? What is it, Stabby? I'm here. I'm watching. I'm reading. What's up? What you got for me? Oh, nothing.